listening to the Pine Room Podcast, but you don't just have to listen to the podcast. We have some other stuff out there too, like Bettor's Last Stand, our sports betting show covering all things sports and betting. Or Soup and Stuff, where Soup sits down with business owners, athletes, and other professionals for good conversation. Or, if you want to listen to us live, you can tune into The Watchdog, FM 98.1 or AM 1600. Or you can listen live online at thewatchdognetwork.com. You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast. All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the Pine Room Podcast, episode 95. 5 more till 100. I'm just gonna keep saying that until we get there. I've said it every episode.
What are you gonna do once we hit 100?
Give up. No, I don't know what we're going to do. We got to do something special, though. I was thinking maybe, depending on the weather, which I'm assuming in 5 weeks is probably not going to be great out, doing something special, but who knows? Who knows?
Actually, not to contradict you, I mean, it's supposed to be 50s on Thursday,
yeah,
so really,
you never know.
You never know.
Might be 70.
Yeah. It's so gross. It's just, I hate it. I hate, if it's cold, I just want it to stay cold. I don't want it to get warm. Like this morning, compared to the past 2 days, it felt great outside.
Summer outside.
I mean, if you're gonna have it warm, I guess have it warm. But if there's snow on the ground, I want it to be cold. And
I loved how everybody was. I don't know if you guys heard, but there was so much hoopla last night that we were getting this freezing rain, and
hey, what the hell was
schools
that?
were already on a 2-hour delay. Like I got up and there was no way we could have had freezing rain. It was too goddamn warm.
It was really warm.
Yeah.
It's just wet.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
But we talked about this, and I know we've had some discussion about this on the radio, Matt. Schools are on a hair trigger now.
God.
I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, I back in the day, I would have been great about it, and then I would have enjoyed every time.
What was your motto that you came up with?
Oh, Ohio County schools. If life gets scary, give up.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
You know what's so sad though is unfortunately, it's the cause and effect. It's truly the litigation society. Everybody's so happy somebody makes the wrong decision. They're going to own a Ohio County school, so they got to be. Unfortunately,
and they have days to use, so they might as well use them.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember back when we were in school. If you got canceled, it was
I would agree
a big deal, a big deal. And normally, I remember we would go on the bus my freshman year, and there was so much snow on the ground that the bus pulled in front of the house and stopped and slid to the next driveway. That's how much snow was on the ground. We still went to school. No one died. So
yeah. Did you guys see the actually speaking of that, did you guys see the fire truck, and I don't know where it was at, speaking of the ice, that literally was that was great. That. But here's the deal, how it landed, like it didn't hurt
perfect.
nothing. It was like perfect.
Yeah. That was when at the end of the show on yesterday, I had said there was freezing rain in the St. Louis and
St. Louis, that's it.
In that area, breaking.
That fire truck, man, I tell you what, if it doesn't stop, it's taking out 2 houses.
Oh, yeah.
It's taking out 2
And it'll just get out and they'll just start working the hose right there. They don't have to do anything. Yeah. But our buddy Red, he lives out in Missouri. He said there was so much ice that people just abandoned their cars on the highway and just would walk or got picked up by somebody that could drive. And, yeah, so crazy stuff. I've never been in that situation. Hopefully I never will be. But
I'm surprised they weren't prepared, though, because that's still a part of the country that gets hit with snow and cold
Midwest.
and stuff like that. So, surprised.
I love a good ice storm.
I got to say, we used, I think for the first time, and it had to be at least probably, I want to say upwards of maybe 5-6 years, where I used a snow shovel back-to-back days.
That's an anomaly, right?
Because it was the first night we got probably 3 inches maybe, and then they said it was supposed to be done, and then we got like 2 more overnight, and I had to shovel again.
How about the sidewalk ice or the melting stuff, the pellets, the salt? Do you guys use any of that?
No, we don't have any. And today, funny.
Your dad probably could have used it.
Well, funny you say that. When
he had his injury.
So my dad on Sunday, he fell on ice coming out of the house.
No, it was Sunday.
Yeah, it was Sunday.
You said Saturday.
I said Sunday.
And
then I said
anyway.
Sunday. I said Saturday, then I said Sunday. But anyway.
I don't know why. As if that made a difference in the story.
Anyway, he comes. Oh, I hit the.
You're fine.
Hold on, I'm coming back. We're
there
back. So he hits the ice. He goes down. He fell down the stairs and laid on his stomach. And he said that he had to he laid there for a second to make sure that he could move his body.
He called me on the way home because we went to Pittsburgh, and on the way home, he calls me and he goes, "Hey, where are you?" And I said, we're on the way home. Why? He goes, "When you get home, be really careful. I just fell really hard coming up or going down the back steps. We was like maybe 8 steps, but it's a good. If you go down on the 3rd step, that's a long way down. He said he went down hard.
I bet.
Yeah, and he said that he had a thing of hell of a good dip in his hand, and it went everywhere onto the deck.
Every time
Evie was licking it.
Every time she went outside, she'd stop on like the 4th step and just sniff and lick. Yeah.
Well,
So
two things. I'll go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I
I'm
say
sorry.
real quick. So he fell Sunday, and then this morning. Well, the first mistake that he made, instead of shoveling the driveway then driving out, he drove on the snowy driveway then shoveled. So that snow gets packed down onto the driveway, and you can't. It takes a lot of effort to try to get it up. So I mean, usually you can't even get it off. So today, he's walking in the driveway, and it's still pretty icy because of that packed down snow, and he hits it again, and he almost went down, and he goes, "Fuck! Fuck! I'm tired of fucking slipping in the fucking ice." And then he said, "Fuck!" And I swear to God, every single person in the neighborhood could have heard him.
I didn't hear him.
Every person, if it was like 8:30,
It's probably quiet
it was
up
like
there, too,
8:30
that
in the
time.
morning, and he's screaming "fuck" at the top of his lungs because he slipped on it. But he didn't fall. He just slipped a little
He's
bit.
just tired of slipping.
That's it.
I said,
What
"Why'd
were you
you
gonna
step
say,
on
Jeff?
it?"
Well, twofold. He's very blessed because, as you know, I mean, not that your dad's old, but he's not a spring chicken either.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
landing that way could be devastating.
Yes.
And honestly, not that
Broken
he's 90.
hip? Oh,
yeah,
boy.
not that he's
He's a
90
little
by no
sore.
means, but
He's a little sore today.
just out of curiosity, just the dip. That's all
Well,
he had. Why the
lost.
fuck was he just rocking just a dip?
Because I
think
think he was going to bring it to the
Yeah,
club.
he was bringing it down to.
Yeah, and he had. I think he
okay.
did have something.
He might have had a
else.
box of like chips or
Yeah,
I
something
think he
too,
had-
but
oh,
that
peanuts.
like fell and it was still intact.
Yeah, I think he had
Okay.
the
peanuts.
dip
I'm pretty sure.
cracked open. And
Yeah, the dip was all over the.
But
steps.
he frustrates the hell out of me because he does this stuff where he knows that those steps are going to be icy. He knows that. We've been there for long enough, and he knows that those are going to be icy. And all you have to do is got the front steps because those never get bad because our gutters don't leak in the front. And he always is too stubborn just to go out the back door, and of course he goes down, and then
Is that because it drips off the roof? Right?
Yeah, because it melts.
Yeah.
The snow melts off of the roof, and then it just drips over because we have that leaf guard over the gutter, and it sometimes doesn't drain down into the holes, and
Yeah.
then it just complete. And I said to him that I said, "Why?" I said, "Why'd you step on the ice?" He said, "It's fucking everywhere."
He says one of the most useless products that we've ever bought for the house. We didn't buy it. My dad bought it. Have you ever seen those coils that you can plug into your house and then that you fish them up through the gutter so that they keep the gutter from water freezing inside the gutter? It's like a big black
heard of them,
cord.
but I've never seen them.
They're the most useless thing ever, especially in the wintertime. I don't know when else other time you'd use it, but if you put them in your gutter and it doesn't let any water freeze in there, unless you have nothing in your gutters or it just doesn't. You don't get a lot of snow. All of that water just falls down
out, yeah.
to the floor below and then freezes down
again,
there.
Yeah, in a more dangerous area
Way
than freezing
more
in your gutter.
100%.
Way
Yeah.
more.
Very
And-
counterproductive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then half of
You
them
should
didn't
sue
work.
them. He should sue them.
Hey.
Here we go. We just talked about it last week.
I don't think we even
Moneymaker.
have them anymore.
No, we took them down.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, they're
you
still
do.
there.
You still
That's
got
what
them.
he slipped
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
That's
that's
what
what he
yeah.
slipped on.
Yeah.
Come
I
on,
don't know
that's
why I
what you're
thought that.
thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually saw them
Melted
this
it off.
morning. They were
Yeah.
up.
That's a definite
They were up
flaw.
there.
Yeah. But
Talking about a litigation society, I don't know what the fuck that means, man.
they were going to be in court.
Yeah.
Defense calls Jeff Doyle to the stand. You talked about this on episode 95 of the Pine Room Podcast.
He slipped. I know he did. I seen him. I swear to God.
Yes, he said he was sore, but he's okay. But
He's resilient. The
My
fucker's
mom
resilient.
has like the biggest funny bone for people falling. So as soon as she realized, even before that she realized that he was okay, she's just like dying in the front
She
seat
probably
of the car.
wishes she was there.
Oh yeah. If my dad was here right now to talk about that, she thinks falling is the funniest thing. You could fall 15 flights of stairs and come down a wreck, and she would just be
I saw some
doubled
dude
over.
fell off of a balcony the other day. Somebody threw him a beer. Did you guys see that?
No.
I think this guy was across. There's these houses. I don't know. It looked like might have been a college. I don't know if it was a dorm or houses or whatever. But anyway, somebody threw a beer across from one balcony to the other, and he like went out to catch the thing. He flipped over the railing, fell down onto the next story, and then rolled back over the railing down to the bottom.
I think
story.
I have
Okay.
seen
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, it's probably old, but
Yeah,
yeah, guy got up and he went and got the beer and ripped it open.
I think I have seen that. What?
I have
Speaking of,
seen
well,
that.
speaking of my mom laughing at people falling the other day, I was walking down into our basement and my heel, for whatever reason, just slipped on the top step. And we have these like brooms and shit like on command strips hanging on the side. And as I'm falling, I grabbed the mop. I pulled the mop down. The command strip comes off the wall. Everything came off the wall, and I pulled it down, and I fell probably three steps. She goes, "What the hell is that?" And like I'm sitting there, and I wanted to scream so bad. Yeah, Mom, I just fell down the stairs. Like she was like mad at me for for making a loud noise, and then she comes over. What the hell happened? I said, "Oh, I just fell down the stairs," and then that was it. That just. She just laughed her ass off because I fell and pulled. She thought it was the funniest thing because I pulled the command strip off the wall.
Do you have like solid floors and obviously you have I think so in your house, like in your kitchen, like solid
Hardwood.
Yeah, hardwood.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever put like what's the stuff that smells like oranges?
Like
Pine Sol?
Pine
or
Sol.
Pledge.
Have you ever put that on there and then feel how like put socks on
Yeah,
and
it's
then you
very
feel how
slippery.
slick
You gotta
it
be
is?
careful.
We did the steps one time. We have hardwood steps that go up to the second floor, and I always come.
Those steps would be
Ooh,
deadly,
horrible.
because those don't have any
Nothing.
grain to them at all.
And if you got
nothing.
socks on, like new socks on that have
yeah,
no
you guys
wear,
are fucking.
screwed.
That's really
you're
dangerous.
done. And I didn't know that, and I come down the steps
Does
like an
Evie
idiot.
slip going down those steps?
No, she does good.
yeah,
she
which
does
is
good.
yeah, she's
well,
surprising.
if you keep her nails short, she's good because her pads are pretty good. But I came down and I come down the steps like an idiot to begin with because I'm so
you
used
probably
to 'em.
blow the turn and
Yeah, and I came down the steps
So
one time.
loud.
I got about 4 steps down, and both feet went out. And all my weight went back on my back. I hit my back like my tailbone, back, shoulder blades, and went dun 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 down to the landing on the steps. And like exactly what she did to him, she goes, "What the hell is that? What is going on?" She always gets pissed when she hears loud noises, and she comes around the corner. I'm like a heap on the step, going, my back. She just thinks she'll probably laugh at it. I guarantee I'll hear her laughing at this right now because of me falling. And of course, I was all right.
Those steps you guys have they could be treacherous.
Yeah. You ever had a bad fall, Matt or Jeff?
I've actually go
Yeah.
ahead, Matt.
A couple times. I did fall one time bad on ice when I was living at my parents' house. I came out on our sidewalk and wow, and it was to the point where I was slipping so bad I was starting to slide down towards the garage, and I was grabbing like things in the grass to try to stop myself from going down the little. It's just like a little incline, but it was so icy. It was like one of those really bad ice storms,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh my god, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, and I was either gonna smash into the garage door or I was gonna start grabbing stuff out in there. Fortunately, I finally got myself to a stop, and then I was like, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get up and how I'm gonna get back to where I need to go.
Well, I was gonna say if you would have just kept going down, you'd have never got up.
Yeah, I mean, it was, it's so you gotta. Those ice storms can be pretty bad.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna bring up. So I wish he was here to tell the story. But one of the funniest falls, once we realized he was okay, was when Nick was running by the pool.
Oh my God,
Jesus.
no, that I swear I really thought we were gonna take him to the hospital.
At first, I really thought he was dead because he hit his head so hard on the concrete.
Yeah, so we were out
Can't
by
hurt that
the.
far.
We were,
like
we were.
literally the cliche, never run around a pool. You understand once you see somebody go down around a
for
pool,
sure.
you understand why you don't run around the pool. And there's like, I'm sure you probably have them for your pool. They're the foam mats that you can lay on, and they're slick. They're like rubber, not rubber, but like a covered
pseudo-rubber,
a covered foam. And he was running like an idiot and just hit both feet, went out. His head, like no brace,
nothing broke his
nothing
fall.
to break the fall, but his
Did he
head
fall backwards or forwards?
Backwards.
and
which
he
is
went
scary.
and he went
That's even worse.
like whiplash back into and it was so loud it shook the concrete, and everybody's jaws just went like thinking there's gonna be blood, he's gonna be knocked out, and he just kind of laid there like silent for a moment and then got up and held his head and he was good. But it was the most terrifying thing.
I think it literally made the water like when like a T-Rex when the T-Rex hit like his
Right.
steps
In the puddle?
Yeah, and the
It was
puddle
just-
shakes. That's what it was. But you said you had a bad fall, Jeff?
I did. We were I rock Crocs at home the majority of the time.
Are
and
those nice?
I'll be honest, I'm a Croc guy. They look horrible on my feet, but I don't give
Do
a
you
fuck.
go sport
They're
mode
comfy.
or casual?
Hold on. No, I go casual. I
Casual.
don't know. Ever
You don't put the strap
What
down?
is it? That's four-wheel drive.
Yeah,
right? That's
four-wheel drive.
okay.
Yeah.
So I rock most. I got that 3 or 4 pairs at home. But in my garage, I don't know when they finish my garage, and I think it's just a different type of finish than any other concrete in your garage. It's more.
I know what you're talking. Yeah,
It's a more slick
There's
finish.
some slick ones in the garage.
So my Crocs, they're a little bit longer in the tooth, so they're not as whatchamacallit on the bottom.
Yeah.
So it was when, this has been a minute, because it was when Papa John's would still meet you on River Road.
Wow.
So it was actually probably this time of year, probably more in February, I would say, and this has been several years back. I made it to Papa John's coming back, getting the pizza out, and
Shit.
But here's the cool part.
Saved it.
I did. Here's the cool part. Literally, I'm fucking parallel. My big ass is parallel to the fucking ground. But I had the pizza and it landed on my fucking belly.
No way. And it never moved.
It never moved. And the other thing, I did not like Nick, how he fucking whiplashed back. I think I just kind of kept myself
turtled
because
it.
of the turtle a little bit. So I didn't hit my head, but my
Was it wet or is it just you just slipped?
I think it was a little bit of both. I think we did have some weather. The Crocs weren't working the way that they should.
No.
So yeah.
See, if you had him in 4-wheel, you
If
would
I'd had him, I may have fell.
Yeah.
And actually, Luke, to a pool story with Luke over at the Wright's house when he was young. For some reason, he couldn't get the fucking concept of when you go up on the slide.
Yeah.
For some reason, he couldn't get the concept of being able to kneel down on the slide to be able to do Superman.
Right.
So he would always get to like that third to the top step, and then he would just try to get on his belly.
Right.
Well, one time it fucked up, and literally he firemaned the whole way fucking down.
Oh no!
And it was always a blessing in disguise, because if he would have done what Nick did and by chance his feet
right
and then
down.
backwards, Luke maybe not here to talk about it.
Jeez,
But
that's
I thought
scary.
for sure he broke fucking something, but it was nothing. Like he fireman the whole fucking way down. Fucking, you heard this big thud on his, and I thought like ankles and feet.
Good.
He walked away fucking unscathed. And I'm like, but watching it in slow motion, his parents like.
Isn't that amazing that sometimes like you think somebody's really in bad, like really fucked
And then
up?
when it doesn't look bad,
Yeah,
is
yeah,
when they
you're
get
right.
hurt
Yeah.
the worst.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh God, yeah. But falling is one of those things, especially for people that find that hilarious. Once you know that somebody's okay, then it's good.
I do got to ask a question about Patty Delbrook, though.
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
so here's the deal. I know that obviously I'm a total fucking dickhead to my son. I know your dad has that with you guys, this and that. So when you say your mom yells, like I've never heard your mom yell, and not that I've been around like to see it, but like, does your mom have that switch where, like that turncoat, like oh shit, mom means business kind of thing?
Not really to us. Like the only way she would yell at us is if we're like. And even when she does, it's more of us messing with her.
Okay.
Like just fucking with her, like poking her and like just teasing her.
Uh-huh.
And then she'll snap, like not for real. More
But
so
like
to
enough's
more
enough.
so to my dad.
Oh
is
yeah,
I find
yeah.
that hard
I mean,
to
she
believe.
she never really ever like is mad at me. 'Cause, I mean, we get along really well, but to my dad,
I'll tell you who she yells at the most is Evie. She gets loud with her.
Okay.
Yeah, she gets loud with her. But
She's
other
just
than
very
that,
protective of you.
Oh, my
she's
gosh.
like she's very I'm sure everybody who's listening to this has somebody in their life that if something happens, maybe you're driving and she's the passenger and a car brakes 50 yards ahead of you and they go hand over the chest. That's her in most situations with loud noises. If you yell in the house, if you exclaim, like if you hit your shoulder or something, it's always, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? And then she finds out, and normally it's funny, but for the most part, she doesn't really yell. I mean, she
Just
gets
curious.
mad, but not.
When you said that, actually, because I can't envision your mom getting all fired up. Now I could see her being fired up from a stand on protection, like if somebody's messing with you guys or protecting the boys for like a more like a mama bear kind of thing.
Yeah.
I can see that, but just being mad to be mad.
I would say that's
What's
more.
what's Cheryl like? Is there times when she?
It's not like me. It's very minimal. We offset each other very well when it comes to that. But as she had her moment, of course. But it's not crazy. It's not crazy. It'd probably be like your mom too.
Yeah,
But here's the deal: don't fuck with me or Luke.
Yeah.
That'd be a different ballgame.
Yeah, you're not a yeller though. I mean, I'm like you hoop and holler at the Pine Room stuff, but I don't see you as like a
Behind closed doors, unfortunately, I can't sit there and tell you.
you pump it up every now and then.
And it's all I hate to. Now Luke's getting older, so those days are definitely dwindling.
Yeah.
But probably in his younger years, unfortunately, probably didn't always see the best side of Jeff Doyle, if that's fair to say.
Hey, I'll tell you this. Speaking of you, when you guys were taking down your Christmas stuff, like 2 weeks ago, 3
It would
weeks
have been
ago.
the day you guys were leaving
we were
for.
leaving for New
Oh
Year's.
yeah,
It would have been like
would-
around New
like
Year's.
January 28th or something like that.
Yep.
29th.
No, December 28th.
December.
Yep.
December. And boy, was that an operation. I've never seen, like, you had everybody doing what they needed to do. You had the NWA look, backwards hat, sunglasses.
You looked badass, Jeff.
I said, we pulled up because I was with Hannah, and I yelled to him out the door, or I yelled to him when I got out. I said, it looks like you could spit some heat in the studio right now, because he was out there. We went inside, and my mom was like, boy, they must have to go somewhere, because he's moving right now. And then like 20 minutes later, all done and dusted. All done and dusted, and the oils are nowhere in sight.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like, when it comes to that kind of stuff, like, I just want to get it done.
Yeah.
So, like, it is. There was actually, not that we have a shit ton, but there was a plan in place before we left the house, before going out like this and that.
Well,
So,
even Luke's girlfriend was helping, right?
and actually, I was going to bridge to that, and not to, I think it's very impressive when you have younger people, especially in today's day and age. Here's the deal. She was not asked to go outside at all.
Oh, yeah.
Literally out there helping out, doing as much as we were. I got to
That's
give some
good to hear.
props, honestly. Anytime that, and I think all of us in this room would do it too, but as we all know, these young kids nowadays, not to sound like the old fuck, they're a bunch of jack-offs. But, like, even anytime groceries are coming in the house, whatever the case might be, she is the first motherfucker to step up to help carry in.
That's good to hear.
It's a good
Yeah,
egg.
Very promising.
It's a good egg.
Right, yeah.
Good egg.
Yeah, good
I'm
stuff.
sure that's a thumbs up in the yeah, there you go.
Check.
Check mark.
Check mark for
Well, it's
sure.
like Hannah yesterday brought crumble cookies home for all of us.
Yeah, I'm trying to check my weight, and I'm like, today. I said yesterday, once it gets to 7 o'clock, no more snacking. I had a good dinner, had a good lunch. After it gets 7 o'clock, I'm gonna take it easy, drink some water, go to bed. 7:08, she comes rolling in. That she calls me. She said, "Hey, I got a surprise for you." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Maybe she got me for something from Old Navy, or got me a pair of pants or something." 4-pack of crumble cookie.
Yeah.
4-pack of crumble cookie. Of course, I can't say no.
I can't say
So
no,
I had a
guys.
couple
Not at all.
bites. Yeah, but she was
No,
nice
it's all.
enough to-
Well, heck, everybody. I think everybody in the whole house had.
Is she a
good?
pusher? Like, does she push food on you? Like your dad? I know
No.
your dad does.
Oh, he's
No,
so
no,
bad.
she's
with it.
That's in the Delbrook bloodline.
He's
though.
so bad.
My
with it.
mom's terrible at it. I go up there, I'm like, I'm not eating sweets right now. She brings out more stuff.
Oh.
Here's
so
this,
bad.
here's that. No, I don't want any.
yeah, get it away.
Like, I don't want. I've said I don't want any. Doesn't mean you don't have to eat them. No, I got this instead. Like, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
I said I don't want any of it. Not just I didn't want that one. So you're gonna try me on
But
three
it's
other
so
ones.
sad because I can hear you
Oh.
right now, and you don't want to be that total dick, but you got to get to that point. Like, fuck, I don't want it.
And
I
my
don't want
dad,
it.
who's addicted to it now, he never ate a sweet in his life, and now he eats them constantly because of her.
Oh.
And well, you guys know what it was like. Your dad,
oh,
Aunt
geez.
Susie,
It-
that's
it-
just constant. Even Aunt Kim, I mean, it never
Oh,
ends.
Aunt
It
Kim
definitely
does it.
runs. It definitely runs in the blood.
Right after dinner, here you go. Got all the snacks out. Here comes the sweets.
Because I'll catch myself doing it to Hannah. Like, if she is eating, I'll be like, "Do you want anything else? Can I get you anything else? Can I, you want some of this? We just brought some of this, cheese, crackers, or something." And she always nips at me about not. I think I'm full. Or if we're at a restaurant or something, do you need anything else? You blah blah blah. But like my dad, last night we're having hamburgers and hot dogs and like some mac and cheese and stuff. And I had a hamburger, and that's all I wanted. And I go, those hot dogs look good. Just offhand, because they looked good on the griddle. He goes, "Here, I'll make you one." I said, "No, I don't want
Your
one."
dad's bad.
Said, "I
He's
don't want
definitely
one."
got
He's
that
horrible.
Delbrook
All I
gene.
want is a hamburger, and I'll have some mac and cheese. And he goes, "No, I mean, they're here. You just take one. Just take one, of course." And then in 15 minutes, I'm eating a hot dog. So him and we say to it every week since New Year's.
He's
every
been
week.
saying it. Yeah, when football's over, we're
Every
starting
week.
to diet.
Every week. It's
Getting
like
rid of all the bad food in the house.
I came downstairs, and there's a box full of, those breads that you can get. It's like not banana bread, but glazed breakfast breads that you can
like
get
an
in the
Richmond kind of like brand kind of thing.
They're in like the clear packages, and they're cut into slices, and you can
Yeah,
eat them
it's
for
like- it's like
breakfast
Kroger
treats.
brand
They're
kind of
Kroger,
thing.
yeah, cheap, sweets. And I see him on the counter after we just talked about let's drink water, let's watch our weight. And I see him on the counter. I go, "Dad, what is this?" I said, "Well, we know we're not eating this." And he goes, "Here, Mom." So then she gets up, and I said, "Mom, what are you doing buying? You know we're trying to." She goes, "I didn't buy those." And I looked at my dad, and he's got the biggest smile on his face because he knew.
He thinks it's hilarious.
He's busted.
He
But
absolutely loves
devil's
it.
advocate with that though. So would you rather have? We live in such a society anymore of such dickheads, and also I know it's very important to me. If somebody comes to my house, I want them to feel welcome. I want them to
Yes.
leave my
100%.
house and be like, you know what? That was a really nice, enjoyable time.
Yeah.
So would you rather have it where, and obviously the happy middle would be nice. Would you rather go into somebody's house and they make you feel so at home, or go into somebody's house where they're just so fucking stone cold that you don't even know if you're welcome there or not?
No, I think the homie part's good.
Yeah.
But like that's considering it's a guest. Like when I go to my parents' house,
That's-
like,
you're
I'm
not
not
a
a
guest.
guest.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
good
like,
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they don't need to be breaking out all the stuff for me. Like I don't need any.
Like
of
you've
it.
lived with,
that.
But
you've
if
lived
it's
with
a,
them their whole life.
yeah, it's somebody else, then yeah, that's good. That's a good trait.
Yeah, I get that though. That's
We know what it's like to go to a house where there's and maybe they make you feel welcome.
You go
They're
to
very
a
nice.
There's nothing in the whole house.
Oh,
Yeah. Who are you thinking?
you know what I'm gonna
Well,
say.
yeah.
Nick?
It's
Because
the worst ever.
Yeah. Well, the thing was,
Wait.
Nick wouldn't let you get any of the good stuff. He would just give you like a thing of crackers and be like, "Here, have that."
So you go to Nick's house and he doesn't.
It's the worst.
But
when
they
we
had
Wait a
some.
minute.
when
This
we
guy
were
has
young-
snacks all the time.
Listen.
when we were younger.
When we would
What
stay
a
at Nick's
dick.
house is when we were younger, and he can attest to this. When you went to, if you were hungry and you wanted a snack, not only did you have to go get it yourself, you had to navigate 50 cupboards, and normally you just landed on bland cereal, crackers, all the shit that no one wants
So
to
where
eat.
was the good cup in his
I don't
bedroom?
know.
No one
something
ever knew.
weird. He would make you go get it, so I already felt uncomfortable. Like I didn't want to go up there and pull out all the pizza rolls or whatever, bagel
Yeah,
bites or whatever.
rooting around. And,
Yeah, so then I'm like, well, maybe I just find a little snack, and then it's just like crackers because he's hiding all the good stuff. And then he'll go up, come back down with a plate full of food, and I'm like, dude.
So he's not a great host, is what you guys are
No,
trying to say.
It feels like you're living in and no knock to his parent, to the family, because Sudi is always
she's
so
awesome.
sweet and warm.
Right.
Do you need anything? Can you get anything? But if it's just up to him, there's a chance if you haven't eaten in like a week, you could die because he's not going to help you out.
You
And
know
he's
what's
gonna
weird
listen
about
to this.
that? That's an only child trait. It really is, and not you because I know you're not like that.
Well, I was gonna say
but
that.
like an only, that's like a lot of times that's an only child trait that they're like they don't want to share their shit.
Yeah.
He's got fucking two
Yeah,
siblings.
Hey, but I mean, we came over to your house, and Luke, I think it was after we did something, and that you had ordered food or something.
I
Oh,
think it was
subs.
after we cut.
After we
Federico
cut
subs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to eat subs, and he was like, "Here, let me just make you some toast," and he ended up making me toast with like protein peanut butter and
That's
like.
right.
It's like served me up right, maybe 4 pieces of toast made me feel good. So I don't know. I don't know if that theory is.
I just think most. I think, and obviously maybe Luke and Tyler are exceptions to the rule, but I think at the end of the day, like an only child, unfortunately, they have those selfish tendencies. I guess.
What Cooley by far, if there was an award, Cooley's snack cupboard when we were
bad.
younger was unreal.
That's all.
I mean, it was. It literally. Well,
she.
her too. She's a food pusher. She's like, you need something. What
So
do
is
you need?
Rodney.
This and that.
Rodney's the same
Yeah,
way.
Rodney too. That your snack cupboard, was just. I mean, fruit roll-ups,
Cosmic brownies, zebra
brownies,
cakes,
Grips,
Pop-Tarts.
Honey
Grips, yeah, Pop-Tarts,
Rice
cereal,
Krispie treats, gummies.
everything. It was
Then you
like,
had soda
and it
and
was
everything.
that cabinet in the corner that, I mean, is as big as the wall, and the whole thing
Yeah,
was
it's
filled.
so bad.
Oh, it was
Did
always
you
filled.
have a house like a friend's house when you were growing up, and you knew if you went over, like they were gonna have some stuff that you didn't have?
1000%. My buddy Greg.
Well, do you remember what you used to
Yeah,
eat?
sometimes I guess.
It was just more from a standpoint. His parents weren't hurting for money,
Yeah.
so like whatever we wanted, we
Just-
got.
Yeah.
An excess of what was
What-
really needed.
Whatever was, it was good.
It's kind of weird though, because sometimes like we would go over to his house, especially when you're younger, and you don't realize there's snacks that I would eat at his house that I'd never eat at home. But when I'm there, I'm like, damn, these are. I don't know why I never get these. These are so
Yeah,
good.
I get that,
And
though.
I'd be hunched over
like a
that
treat.
and I always felt weird because I didn't like you said, rooting around other people's cupboards. But I'm not gonna make him go get me a snack. But I would get to the cupboard, and I was always afraid that somebody was watching me. And I'd hurry up, I'd grab like a brownie, and then run out into the living room like real fast.
Can we go back to our dickhead friend real quick? So just because I know he's gonna listen to this.
He's definitely gonna listen.
So
to
real
this.
quick though, so like, did he pull no bones? Like, so if you guys went up and you didn't find quote unquote the good drawer, and then you said he came down and came down with all the goods,
He'd come down with pizza rolls or something.
like, but there would be no shame in his game, like as
No.
in. None?
None.
You know Nick, man.
I know Nick,
He
but I'm
loves
trying.
to-
I'm trying.
He's all about just go do it yourself.
Which is weird because when he comes to the Pine Room, he always brings stuff, and he's
100%
always like,
he
No,
does.
he's
always,
not bad now. But
yeah. Now he's
we don't really go and hang out at his house anymore.
yeah.
Yeah.
As a kid though, it was you're surviving on your own.
He is gonna be so mad when he.
Oh,
He is. We're gonna get a text. It's like a paragraph long.
I got a funny story. So Nick,
I love it.
speaking
Let's
of
keep it
snacks-
going.
I know. Let's keep ragging on him. I'm all for it. Boss would always get all the snacks, and those snacks in the cupboard weren't even for me. They're for my friends. So Nick gets in there and he gets the honey buns, and he comes back in and he's like, "Boss, we have a problem." She's like, "What?" He's like, "You see these? This is unacceptable." She's like, "What's wrong with them?" He's like, "Kroger brand honey buns. I'm not gonna cut it. We got to get the good stuff."
I remember that.
And
I remember that.
This is like when Nick and I just started becoming friends because we started off rocky and then we became friends. So she was so taken back, but it was hilarious. She always
Great.
tells that story.
Absolutely
Yeah,
love it.
This isn't gonna cut it.
Yeah,
I love
this
it.
isn't gonna cut it. You gotta get the Walmart one.
That's
Kroger
awesome.
brands ain't working.
Absolutely love it. That's some good shit. I can't wait for him to listen now.
Oh,
it's
boy.
got me
I will
giddy.
get a text from him. You fucking assholes! I can't defend myself.
Yeah, I'm not there to even. It's all slander.
Hold on. So real quick though, will he deny this conversation, or do you think he'll be like, there's some
He'll
appropriateness
deny
here?
the not getting the snacks. He'd be like, "I could you get whatever you want," but he never helped us.
No,
Never once.
never.
Love it. Absolutely.
Never. Yeah, but I mean, for the most part, it's probably a good thing that we didn't go over and just gorge ourselves. But I mean,
Did you guys spend the night at a lot of people's houses when you were kids?
Most of my friends stayed at my house.
Yeah, it was normally his
But
house.
here's the deal: was that like an every weekend thing?
For
It was
a-
often.
I'd say for a while when we, especially like early elementary or late elementary school, early middle school, and into late middle school, like high school.
Even
I'd say probably high school too.
honestly, all the way even to college. Summers where everybody was staying at my house.
Yeah,
like
that's
Say
true.
or
What about you, Matt?
Ebell.
When you were
Yeah.
growing up?
Yeah,
It was a big deal. Like,
Yeah, it was.
especially like,
Yep.
I mean, I'd not just call us old, but like it really was a big deal. Like that's what you look forward to. And then
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
it was
your
great.
generation kept it going, but then Luke's generation, man,
Well, the
They-
video games.
Really?
come
the
in.
video games, I
Yeah.
think is what it is
Yeah.
what killed it.
Because you can just
Kibosh
go on
it.
the video game, talk while
And do your
playing.
thing,
So
yes.
what? So
Yeah.
you might as well.
That's what we had to do in real life, like
Yeah.
in person. You didn't
Oh,
have
that
those
was
options.
I mean, that was like a huge thing for us was going to your house and playing video games together,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
in person. That was
That's
massive.
best.
and
That's
then
the best time of my growing
Oh,
up.
100%.
1,000%,
So
without
much-
a doubt.
the
So
best-
much
So
fun.
I think about
so
those
much
days
fun.
and like, man, I'd give anything to be able to go back to that.
Oh, I
time.
mean, we would
Especially
like
because you're together. Like it's different when you're playing, especially now when you play over the internet with somebody, and obviously that's a newer age thing. But there's something about being in the room with somebody doing the same thing for like a common goal, especially playing video games or something like that. I always used to love when we would play Rock Band together.
Yeah.
Because it'd be like everybody's working for the same goal. You're all here just to have fun. And then the fact that you can put your controller down and then go run outside and play like Jailbreak or something, and they come right back in, that was phenomenal. I used to love that.
Did you have your buddies at a young age that couldn't tolerate spending the night at somebody's house? You don't have to call no names because that's kind of shitty. But did you have your people? That
I
couldn't
would say
spend-
as I got older, I just did
still
not.
struggle to stay at people's houses.
I just didn't like. I just always would like staying at my own bed. And when I was younger, I didn't have any problem with it. But as I got older, I just like staying at my
As you get older, I agree with that.
my own
Your own bed's
my
a
own
big
bed.
deal.
Yeah, no question. Like if I had to stay somewhere,
Just-
I would
and it's
prefer to be at home all the time.
Yeah,
but
like
back
comfort
when you're
and-
young, I didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
It was-
And
Oh,
unfortunately,
yeah,
I'd
dude.
sleep on the floor.
I'm man enough to admit that I've made some bad decisions in my life to be in my own bed.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'd say probably.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
we've
Probably
made a few
all
of
can
those.
do that.
Yeah, I can stay anywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't have
he's-
you don't have a connection with your bed?
Oh, he does.
Oh, I love to stay in my bed, but like if I'm out drinking somewhere, or
But I'm saying, like, if you have the option, if you're out
if
and
I can
about,
get home safely, yeah, I'm good for sure. But like I have no problem staying out.
No, I was gonna say you are pretty impressive with how you don't give a shit where you're at.
Most of the time, I'm the guy that tries to keep the night going as long as I can. So then I get to the point where I can't go home. So
he's
I
he's
just
the
stay.
one guy at the front of the train that's trying to shovel as
Yeah,
much
I'm
coal as
putting
he
in-
can
yeah, I want the
until
night
he's
to keep
running
going.
out. But
So from a fun level, though, would you, if you were going to have to match the two eras of when your kids in the same room playing video games, common goal, get to go outside afterwards and play, or when you got old enough, not old enough to drink, but old enough to start in having that fun in high school and then getting together and I guess, getting together at somebody's house, maybe not actively drinking, but maybe you went out to the field that night, had your buzz, came back, and then everybody's together. Where would you guys put those compared to each other?
That's a good question.
It's just different kinds of fun.
Well, you have innocent fun, and not so innocent fun, I guess.
Because when the gang gets together, like when the Avengers unite, it's on, it's game on. But it's a totally different fun than sitting around and playing Rock Band.
Yeah.
So I'd say a little both. I'd say the first one's probably where you have no care in the world. You just do whatever you want to do. The second one's like we have a day of free time. Everybody's together. Let's rock and roll. I don't know. I'd say probably a little bit of both. If I had to pick, probably young.
Honestly, I'm gonna pick the older.
I picked the young.
Yeah,
I think I'm picking the young too.
You think the older?
When everybody gets together and we're all drinking and having a good time, it's fucking hilarious. That's what I love it. Like when we go to Deep Creek, for example, that's some of the most fun I've ever had.
I get that though.
Knowing what you know now, if you had the option, if somebody came in this room right now and said, "I have a button. I have a button. I just invented it. You hit this button, you go back to the 5th grade. Let's see, 3rd grade. You go back to the 3rd grade, knowing everything you know now." And everything's going to play out the same. You will still end up as you are now. So you can make different decisions. You'll end up as you are now, but you experience all of that over again, knowing what you know now. Would you hit the button?
I'd be honest with you, no. I wouldn't do life over. And I've made so many fucking mistakes in my life, so I'm by no means perfect. But I think that's part of life. Like, you know that you're supposed to fuck up. So I would not start life over, to answer your question.
I would.
I knew you would.
No question.
I knew you would.
Do you have a lot of regrets?
Not necessarily regrets. I just feel like I didn't do life the right way. I feel
agree.
like I'm stupid, like a stupid choice. Not stupid like they inhibited me or prevented me from succeeding, but if I was able to go redo things, plus I would like to go back to that time in my life where I actually enjoyed life.
Yeah.
Now it's like life's just life. It's a grind. It's miserable, pretty much.
Yeah,
it's just
no doubt
not
about that.
But
I agree. I agree. And I mean,
You
I'm
would go
only
back?
25, but I mean, I agree that there are some things, not necessarily that I would change, but things I would do more of. Like
Right.
I didn't go out near enough because I was so afraid of breaking the law. I was so afraid of getting in trouble. I mean, I didn't cuss till I was like 18. So I mean, there's stuff that little stuff that I would change. Just
I could see little Jub saying "fuck."
they used to egg me on because I never said it, and I'd say it, and they'd just think it was the greatest
And
thing
now
ever.
look at you. You're on here saying fuck all the time.
Yeah.
right?
But no, I mean, it's just not that I would change the way that things have gone, but just add stuff. All the things that I didn't do would be
And
more.
I get that, and I think that's very fair. That's fair. What about you,
Yeah.
Jarrett?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't press the button. I'm fine with. And again, I'm 25. I still got.
No, we got plenty of time.
Yeah, and I think that's like adds to my life. I like the way I am. I think.
Oh, I love the way I am. I mean, sans a couple things, but there's some things that I know I can admit that I'm not the greatest at. Being, well, let's let that pass. We all talk about me enough, losing things, cleanliness, hygiene. I'm not a dirtball.
Hygiene.
I'm really throwing myself under the bus, but
Yeah, we didn't say any of this. You were
Yeah,
saying
it
it all.
was,
You-
I don't think you have a hygiene problem.
no, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. I'm not some
You're gonna
big
go
bag
back
of
to
shit.
5th grade and start showering or
I'm
something?
not some like bag of shit that just walks around on 2 legs. But yeah, just
I know one thing I would do is I would go back. We talked about the 2 different options. I can still we can all still get together and drink, and if we as cheesy as this sounds, we could still spend the night at each other's
Yeah.
house. We can't go back to 3rd grade and live that life of innocence.
Yeah, it's the
And
best.
here's the innocent orneriness, because even though ornery relative to what is ornery now to us, we thought we were like doing some bad things in 3rd grade or whatever, and it really wasn't.
and
that
now
big
it
of
means nothing.
nothing. I mean, we were maybe our ornery was we got a 2 Live Crew CD and we were listening to 2 Live Crew. You know what
yeah.
I
Or
mean?
you
That
get like
kinda
your
shit.
first explicit lyrics
Yeah,
tape
like
or
dumb shit
whatever.
like that. But I think I would go back just because let's be honest, when the world hasn't corrupted you, the innocence of a kid is pretty cool.
It's
really,
awesome.
It really is. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool. And unfortunately, the world does change you, and it takes away your innocence, which makes you, I guess, for lack of a better, it hardens you.
Yeah.
And it makes you. I don't want to say that I'm protective of things or cautious, but it does make you have a third eye on what the way that things are going.
Kids will never grow up the way we grew up.
Fuck, no,
ever.
not even close.
Like never. Like you guys a little bit had some of the things that overlapped with us, but like just I don't know. It's just something about that. I miss it. It's like you get to that point where I guess now I've been of working age longer than I've been like a kid. So like my dad's taken me at 16 years old, which I'm glad he did, to get a job, and like I've had a job ever since. Not always full time, but then you know how it goes. It's like
What'd you
your
do?
adult life.
What'd you do? Just out of curiosity.
I worked at Respecs like right out as soon as I was old enough to get a job.
You know
Like,
what?
yeah.
I've actually been working since 15.
Yeah.
I did the parking lots in Wheeling.
Yeah,
So I literally would walk from Central down to the Civic Center before the intermodule.
and just have a job ever since.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like you just miss those days where you just didn't. The only thing I had to worry about was whether I had hockey practice the next day or basketball practice, and it was like any other time. It was just like you just did whatever you wanted with your friends.
Did you feel like, in looking back, did you feel like the world was smaller? Did you feel like your scope of the world was just you, your friends, your neighborhood, and that was it?
It was a lot safer too back then.
To answer your question, yeah, because I think really that's the nature of the beast, because as a kid, you don't have that forward thinking to be able to know exactly what is around you. So I think your world is truly your family, your friends, and that's about it.
100%.
And you don't need to have anything else.
Yeah, I literally, like, to me, I thought Warwood was the only thing in the world to me. Like, that's what like life was just Warwood, and then that's it, and then it slowly grows to
It's like a video game.
like you unlock
You go to the next
Elm
level,
Grove, Wheeling downtown, and then
Yeah, when you get
eventually-
old enough to where like you have your first friend that can drive, or then
Yeah,
you're able
yeah.
to like go explore other places, and you're like, oh my god,
holy shit,
I went
there's-
to Bel Air. I only ever heard stories about people from Bel Air.
it's true, though.
Like you don't know, what it looks
yeah.
like. And then you go to the mall for the first time, like when a mall was actually a mall, and it's like, whoa, there's like other girls than the ones that go to my school. Like, wow,
Isn't that
oh
that's
my
a
god,
that's a wild thing. Like when you like realize, oh wow, there's like actually other girls in girls in
the
Warwood.
same like 20 girls that you grew up with in your
it's
classes.
Like, oh wow,
Like at the parochial schools, that's maybe had. I mean, I had a pretty decent sized class. It's a lot smaller nowadays, but yeah, you probably had like 20 to 25 girls that you knew well, and then it's like, oh wow, when you start to get to where you're like getting close towards high school, and you start meeting the ones from the other schools in the like the parochial, or like for you guys it'd be like Triadelphia or like Elm Grove or Bridge Street.
Oh,
You're like, whoa. Like, who are these people?
yeah, going to
Like,
Park was like from Warwood's like holy shit, like there's a lot of people here.
Well,
Yes.
that's funny too, Matt, because you at that time growing up in the parochial system, you are right about that. You were tight with your class, man, and that was your world.
Right.
And you were relevant in your world because it was such a little bit smaller. And girls, actually, you were relevant in the girl world because they
Yes.
didn't have many options either, just as much as you.
And-
And then when you do get outside, like, fuck, I don't mean
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I don't
and you
mean
get
dick.
you get like a little taste of it, like when you would play them in sports.
I was
So
just
you
gonna
would
say,
like
Matt,
cross
like
over,
you know a little bit,
and
of,
I
like,
would like okay, so I knew, and then I would play like summer league with some of the guys that I knew from other schools. But then it's like then it just starts to blend more. You start to see more of the school, like the whole group, not just basketball players, but you get the girls,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
cheerleaders. You start to like learn, like, oh wow, there's other things out here.
Yeah.
Actually,
Not
real quick,
bad.
on your guys' point of growing up in Warwood, I know me growing up in Warwood. Now, granted, I always grew up on the hill, so like downtown Warwood life as opposed to hill life was completely different back in the
Oh,
day.
yeah,
I mean, it's
100%.
just crazy how that worked too. But like growing up, Warwood wasn't by no means, it was not the rich area in Wheeling, but Warwood was a very solid,
It was a very classy area.
classy, solid. I'm trying to think, like when you guys.
That's what my dad always
It was
said.
very
Did you-
neat. It was very everybody's yards were pristine. Like,
Isn't
I
that
mean, no,
amazing?
some better than others because down at
mean-
Grandma Delberg's house, but your dad took care. I mean, it was beautiful. Not all the neighbors were quite up to that standard, but Warwood is not what it once was.
But that was
not even
that's what I was
close.
going to ask for you guys. Like, did you guys perceive Warwood at that time when you guys were growing up as? I don't know. I guess I'll ask this question: what was the perception of Warwood in your guys' eyes back in the day?
When we were young, especially in elementary school, I think it was still holding on to the shreds of cleanliness
so.
and safety,
And you
stuff
knew
like
everybody
that.
almost.
Yeah, but then it slowly, as we got into middle school and then especially into high school, you start to realize, and probably because of just the way the world was changing, that it is not what it used to be. But in saying that, back in the day in elementary school, middle school, I thought Warwood, when people said, "Oh, I'm from Philadelphia, I'm from Elm Grove, I'm from whatever," I always was like, "We're better than you. We're better than you." And people hated Warwood because it was like you're out of the way. You're not really part of Wheeling. You're out on your own. But I was always from the echelon of you guys are shit bums.
Well, we do get knocked. We get knocked, and everything you just get done saying is 100% true. Everybody thinks we're on an island by ourselves.
Yeah.
God, I got to drive to Warwood to pick you up. Oh my God. I think that a lot of people think that that Warwood people they think that they're better than others.
Yeah.
And the other thing is a lot of people, and this is actually a good claim to fame. Us Warwood people do stick together. At the end of the day, it really is. Like when you think about it, your guys' best friends
much more united than the other parts.
It's straight. It's like all your guys' best friends are all from Warwood, right?
Yeah,
pretty much.
Pretty much.
I mean, out of Savion and stuff like that. But like all my guys, I mean, I still keep in contact with kids from kindergarten.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It was Warwood would be the most united suburb of Wheeling, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's coming from an outsider too.
Yeah, and I grew up. Well, my mom obviously from Warwood, but my grew up in Elm Grove.
Yeah.
So it was not the close knitness you had. And then when you get out into the Woodsdale area, you got the snobby rich people that think they're better than everyone.
Right.
So yeah.
I thought always that Warwood was the most even keel. It wasn't rich of the rich. It wasn't the slums, but it was right in the middle.
Truly
like
middle class.
It was.
If you
Truly
said middle class,
It was.
Warwood's the
100%.
first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah,
because
not
you never,
so much no more.
I never remembered
Not even
seeing,
close.
especially in high school. I never remembered back in the day seeing a bum walk in Warwood. I never remembered seeing that. But now it's like you watch street. There are dudes that are just like
Go to
gross.
Kroger's.
Yeah,
go
yeah.
to that
It's
plaza and go to
so
Save-A-Lot,
gross.
It's so
and then just
sad.
up on the avenue towards the marathon. I mean, there's some pure filth that live
and
up
you,
in
and
You're
you
not wrong, Job.
see
So
some of those
bad.
houses
It's
on
so
the
bad.
avenue that if you just look at them, all they need is a little sprucing up,
Yeah.
and it's so sad. I was thinking on the way home the other day from the station, I said, what if there was a government-instilled day or like a week where everybody had to work on their house? Like everybody had to either power wash, cut your yard, everybody has to either
There'd be
hire
some
out
fucking riots.
or you have to just work on
You
your
been
house
over
for a
the
week.
island lately?
It's just in those houses. Wasn't the island like the
It was
top
rich,
notch?
It was the rich East Wheeling and the island were the rich parts of Wheeling back in the
I
day.
wonder what do you think that'll ever swing the other way?
It would take a lot of money.
So yeah, people have to buy up the stuff, knock it down, and rebuild it.
So I saw when we went to Pittsburgh, which this is maybe a ray of hope. Some of the houses that we saw, if you look on Google Maps is behind on what the realtors put up on the site for houses and stuff. And on Google Maps, a lot of the areas that we saw had some sort of abandoned house, some sort of slum, some sort of just places where obviously the town isn't great, but the houses are being renovated, like from 1901, are being renovated and are beautiful houses in areas that are maybe up and coming. So that's like a little ray of sunshine to maybe that could happen. Because I said this when we went to Pittsburgh and we went through some of those neighborhoods. Wheeling and Warwood, they have their flaws. But if you go up to Pittsburgh into some of those places, it is rough, like real rough, and it's not even close. Penn Hills in that area around there is not good, and it's just and even outside of the people, just the area and the housing quality and stuff, it's just all old and run down. I said it makes Warwood, in especially Clearview, look like, I mean, we're in the Chateau Dumont. We're up here living in style, but I mean, hopefully that means that maybe the stuff that we're talking about, maybe it swings back the other way.
Hopefully it does. I tell you who I had
don't
this
know.
conversation with was Kristen over the holidays, your guys' relative. And obviously I see it on a daily basis. So you become, I hate to say, you do kind of become numb to it. But talking to her, and obviously she lived on the avenue growing up and this and that. And I asked her, I said, you know, how disgusting is it now when you cruise through Warwood, how gross it is? And then even the boys, I think on the podcast, they talked about, you guys asked them what they thought about the area and this and that, and the difference between Oklahoma and just how old and run down the buildings look compared to. And it's just from an outsider coming in to be able to say that, see it and then say it, just sucks for us,
Yeah.
man. It's just horrible.
Definitely.
Yeah, just no fun.
I mean, you got especially with stuff moving out. I mean, Center Foundry is one of the people came to Warwood for that. That's leaving. So I mean, not that is the
It's
huge
not good.
booming industry.
We got all these homeless people, but no one wants to work, and we're probably going to have a bunch of illegal aliens coming here soon.
And the sad thing about Warwood is there's not many places to work in Warwood other than the Plaza. I mean, there's not much.
I guess the next big one would be what's the one by the vets? Drawing a blank.
Oh, the armature.
Yeah,
That would probably be the biggest one in Warwood now.
Yeah.
Hey, and
Might
you got
be the top
Columbia
employer.
Sales.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's also fascinated me. Totally different topic. But that being, they're the
nuts.
ones for the tip boards, right?
And they have the
Are they the monopoly on those?
100%. They're the only ones to do it.
Do they make a lot of money?
Oh my God, they are filthy,
Really?
filthy
Why do they not update the building?
because they don't have to.
building.
Yeah, I
They don't
guess they
have to.
don't.
Explain,
even-
explain
doesn't
what
even
it
look
is.
like they're
Columbia,
open.
so Columbia Sales is in the north end of Warwood before you start to get onto Route
It
2.
looks like it's abandoned.
It
almost.
looks
Incredible,
like
right?
an old.
Like if you didn't know any better, I didn't think it was
100%.
shut down.
It's like in a movie, like an old meat packing
Yep.
building, and there's a big garage door where they put the box trucks were used to, and they make tip boards. And if you don't know what a tip board is, I think that's all they make.
Well, I think there's
Maybe
also
some other,
like other
custom
gambling
type.
yeah,
gaming
like
stuff.
traditional gambling things that are in hand traditional stuff. And the tip board, if you don't know what that is, it's got a little like bullseye in the top right corner with a bunch of tabs you pull off, and they all have different numbers. You scratch the bullseye off, and it's got a winning number on the ticket. And for the longest time, I knew that was there because my dad would always stop and get tip boards from that place.
Your
And
dad
then I-
spent a lot of cash in there.
Oh my gosh.
But then I learned that like 2 years ago, maybe this past year, they're the only manufacturers of tip boards in the nation.
They patented, I think, like early in the whenever it was, and that's pretty
fantastic.
much it.
I remember my dad used to get those and bring them home when we were younger, and I used to have no idea what they were. It used to confuse the hell out of me, and I'm looking like, what are these orange tabs on this paper? What are these? What do they do? And then come to find out that I can win stuff from
Genius
Right?
idea. Whoever
Oh,
invented
my
them,
God.
genius.
They've been around for a long time.
Soup said he went in with my dad, and they went in, and it was like,
There was
like
like
an-
dead bodies and stuff.
yeah.
They had to step over a dead body just to get through.
But it was like an old, those old crime movies with like Jean-Claude Van Damme or Steven Seagal. They went in an elevator that was the one you close the gate.
Oh, wow.
And then you get in, and
Those
then
are
it
neat.
cranks you to the top. That's what they still have in that building.
Right.
I've
And a
never
bell.
actually been in that building. If you want to, I've lived in Warwood. I've been in 46 years. I've never been in that building. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, hey, if anything, if Columbia Sales is still up, maybe that's like the shining light. Once that goes down, we're all shafted.
Actually, here's the question: then, if you had to put a guess on who makes more money, would you say it's Warwood Armature, or would you say it's Columbia?
What's Warwood Armature do?
I really.
Small engines, like small engine repair, and I'll be honest, with you, they do well too. They've been that Christ. I think they're a 100-year-old business, and I think they ship all.
They
over
might
the
have
country.
the more expensive line of to operate, like more expensive stuff, maybe more costly. But Columbia Sales probably does pretty decent volume, I would say.
I would
Yeah.
say.
Hey,
and-
you know what else is in Warwood? The linen.
that's-
Wheeling
yeah.
Linen.
Wheeling Linen. Yeah, that's down on
That does
like
well.
3rd Street. I
Yeah,
think.
that's
actually,
another
one. So we
that's
got-
another one. That's a
So
good
we
point.
got in Warwood we got Wheeling Linen. We
Warwood
got
Armature.
so we can
Columbia
hit this. We
Sales.
can go buy tip boards. Then we can go get our engines fixed, like our lawnmower engines, and
South,
then we can go.
Central, and North Warwood.
And then we can go get our carpets clean, or like the what they lay
Get
down.
your
in front of the-
uniforms and towels.
Yeah, yeah.
What
Actually-
would you see? What industry if you could choose of all the industries in the world, what would you think would you like to see in Warwood? And I guess if you're out of town and you don't know where we are, Google it, I guess, because
Whorehouse.
like brothels.
Yeah.
You believe that was a
No.
thing?
Walk out the back door of the vets right into a brothel.
No, I'm just kidding.
I don't.
I
know
don't.
what?
I don't even know what. The
Or
hell?
would you want to see?
Wait, so what do you like? What's my option? Like,
I mean, like car
That's
manufacturing.
What if they put an Amazon plant down there? Like
yeah,
Oh,
like
wow.
that.
does it have to be
Where
like
would
a
they-
manufacturer?
Where would they
type?
put it?
I mean, for the
Yeah,
most
it's-
place, that's what industry
can't out of-
means.
somebody
can't-
bought the plaza and put in one of the
Yeah, an
Amazon
Amazon
warehouses.
Popeyes.
No, that's like a chain.
I know. I'm just trying to figure.
You
out.
know what?
He's
That's a
talking
good
about. You're
question.
talking about like industry, right?
Yeah, yeah. Which is here. Speaking of that,
Meat
real quick,
packing plant.
meat.
Yeah, there you go.
Just meat.
Got the meat
Just got
sweats.
the meat. Warwood. It'd just be called Warwood meat.
Warwood meat.
I like that. That goes well with the brothel.
Yes,
though.
it would.
Yeah, they're right next to
Warwood
each other.
Warwood meat meets the madam of the brothel.
Wait, I guess if you're from out of town and you don't know what Warwood is, it's a town on the North Island. Oh, it's not really an island, but I don't even know how you describe what Warwood is.
It's
like that-
North
just
end of Wheeling, I guess.
Yeah, it's like the
It's
north
like the last
end
stretch before you go into
to Brooke County. Yeah,
those scumbags.
Goddamn Brooke County fuckers.
You're way better than us.
and it's
Yeah.
a fascinating place.
I don't know.
It's
So you're
even-
listening.
Brooke County's got better looking women than we got.
Here's the
That
funny
I
part
can
about
assure
that.
you.
If you would tell somebody that we had a McDonald's back in the day, they would tell you you're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That was a big deal.
It was a really
That was
big
where,
deal.
We had that war with McDonald's. My God, that was the greatest
That's where
thing
the
ever.
air gas is now, right?
Jeez, if that was
We had one downtown too.
if that one that was in Warwood by Meemaw's house,
Yes.
if that was still there, I'd be 700 pounds. I'd go there every day.
Well, actually, so the Fitzsimmons clan growing up lived a couple blocks across
Yep.
the street. I had one of my other good buddies that lived on North 21st Street. So, needless to say, probably my weight gain had
Oh, yeah.
everything to do with McDonald's in fucking.
So we
Warwood.
would
Because
go.
that was right.
We would go to grandma's.
That's
We were always getting it.
That's like the corner of Hess and the Avenue, right? Is that where that would have
No.
been right across the street from?
Well, that's more towards Aunt Susie. What she's in
Yeah,
because
because right on that, right.
No, Hess is
where Grandma
where
lived.
Dad lived.
Yeah,
What
Hess
is-
is further. Hess is up at 24th Street, the ball field, like right.
Oh, right. I'm getting
but
confused.
not
I'm
far
getting
from there.
confused.
Not far from
Yeah,
there.
'cause I was
Just
crossing the old
basically,
church.
It's
you know,
right
where
next
the
to
where the
Acero's.
stoplight is, where it goes
Yeah.
up to your guys' house is right down,
Yeah.
right that where Grandma
It was
lived.
right next to Acero's.
If it took
Yeah.
me 2 minutes to go get nuggets, I might be dead. I literally
Now
might
you
be
got to
dead.
drive to the plaza. It's really like
No, but then
it's like
that's
500
but
yards.
then
But
that's
I know you could ride your bike down there if you had to.
and that's like I'm at that point I'm going out of my way.
You're
to
going
get
down
it.
to Central Warwood.
Whereas that be just I can go down.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Just
Yeah,
get some frozen nuggets.
No, dude,
Not the same.
it's not the
Dude.
same.
Put them in the air fryer?
no.
I mean, I haven't done it in
No.
a while, but
That tempura coating
such
on
a
those
nugget
McDonald's
guy.
nuggets, dude.
But as a business, though, it shell shocks me because we were.
How could
I
it
think-
go? I bet it's how.
How does it? That's the other. Well, actually, you think about it. We're the only state to have 2 McDonald's close. Like we were the first two.
Really?
Swear to God,
Awesome.
like we were like in the country because we had one in downtown Wheeling. We had the
Maybe
one
that's
in
a good
Warwood.
thing.
And then the one
Yeah.
in Elm
Where
Grove
was the
came
one
in.
downtown
Yeah.
Wheeling?
Right
down in that-
Uniglobe.
Uniglobe in the
Uniglobe
top of
building.
that building.
shit.
You could go up top and you could look out the window.
It
You
was
guys
actually
did
quite
badass.
fascinating.
Double decker
Yes.
McDonald's?
It was
It was
actually
neat.
really
That's
badass.
dope.
And I
That's
think I've
awesome.
shared this story. Where I went to Central.
Yeah, you
and-
did.
And
Yeah.
we were allowed
yeah.
to go down. And our freshman classes, we were allowed in high school. We were allowed to leave for lunch, and we had the DeCarlos of the world, the McDonald's. That was when
Damn.
Lanos Krause was a
Yeah.
big deal in
That's
downtown.
awesome.
Wheeling. But then our freshman class
Did-
started a food fight on the second floor, and that was
Oh,
That big
no.
window it had it
that
there.
was the end. That some
Well-
old dude got slapped upside the head with a
Oh.
cheeseburger, called the principal, and that was the end of our days.
What
at
was
Woodward Town.
what was little Jeff Doyle's go to?
I was probably a actually your dad's meal probably.
Double-
two
this-
two
two
cheeseburgers.
cheeseburgers?
Probably. That was probably the
Why
go-to.
is it that is it just because they're catering to the area? But why so we have the plaza that's relatively new in the north at the south end of Warwood. Why is it that we don't get anything that's worth its weight? Like we got the stupid ass CBD dispensary place.
We were going to get a Dunkin' Donuts, they
Yeah,
told us. That
we
would
got
have
a
been incredible,
CBD
which probably
bullshit.
would have been terrible for my health.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's again. Yeah. yeah.
Would've been real
if you
bad.
have donuts accessible within
Ooh,
3 miles,
Especially
of it,
those.
boy. So the bullshit dispensary that can't see business. There's no way unless that's the big thing. Then there's the Sprint Mobile, which I don't know how any cell store stays up and available anymore, let alone Sprint. And then there's the what's
That
the-
weight loss place?
the
clinic.
weight loss,
Yeah.
the physical
Hey,
therapy place.
That's
But what?
target market.
But that's the.
Well, I mean, you're right there.
Yeah,
yeah,
Jared.
but are they
They-
actually? There's no
point.
way they can make.
Can
that
anybody
much money.
afford to do it, though? Well, the government will pay for it, probably.
Well, I mean,
Right.
You don't think-
I'm gonna get that
cricket,
hose hooked
a
to you.
cricket mobile.
That's what I meant. Cricket.
Perfect,
Yeah.
perfect for
Old,
the bums
decrepit
of Warwood.
people.
A Little Caesars.
CBD,
Yeah.
Little
Cheap.
Caesars.
And
They
it
gotta
save
get
a
rid of
lot.
I
The
save a
cheapest-
lot.
Save a
Save
lot.
on the
And
Dollar
Dollar
General right
General,
next
and
to you.
then-
Cheapest grocery store
Well,
in
and
the
then,
country.
and then you got, and then like an actual good, well, not that the other ones aren't. But you got Sport Your Colors. They're great. They're
yeah,
awesome.
and they just relocated.
they're
to
just-
a
And
better
that's different
spot.
because that's
Yeah,
that,
so
got that
that's
Ben in
actually-
Warwood
they do
already.
their
Yeah.
own like.
That's a mainstay. In
Yeah, and
Warwood.
they had already been. Yeah,
and
Which
they
is-
do. They make a product that everybody
Yeah.
can use.
it's not harming anyone.
No.
Not making them
But
obese.
just why? Like, is there? There's got to be some sort of voting poll that we can do. Hey, what do you want to see in your town? There has to be. The fact that
Run for city council, Warwood.
Yep.
There
I
you
know.
go.
I would do that.
I think Nick should.
I think I would do that. But it would be really tough because people hate you, and I hate when people don't like me, and then I wouldn't.
In
do,
that case, I'd love to run.
but
Fuck those people.
for the longest, like we got a McDonald's, that was great. It's like McDonald's is here.
Yeah, but then we
It's-
lost BK.
That's true.
We did lose BK.
That BK,
we lost
woo,
out Chinese.
boy.
We had a Mexican restaurant.
I don't know
like
though.
2
The one on
weeks
the
too.
island,
El Paso.
ain't
El
breaking
Paso.
any records.
My-
Oh no, that was great when you had that.
Yeah, but my whole
and the Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
Now, that one I liked a
I
lot.
was there every day.
my whole Spanish class got food poisoning though from that.
I was
El
just
Paso.
going to say, my buddy Jay that comes up to the Pine Room from time to time, when he was working for his family roofing business, they had to do a lot of work in there. I'm not 100% sure.
Not good, huh?
No, I wouldn't think that you guys would love life after
The Chinese
Yeah,
place?
I think it was Chinese, and then the Mexican.
Mexican.
I think both.
Oh, the
those-
Chinese, they were definitely killing cats and we were feeding. What happened?
One of the batteries died. That's okay. Well, you're not going to be seeing anything for like 30 seconds. But yeah, I just wish that because I would imagine that if you put something in there that is a chain, I'm assuming that the people of Warwood would at least appreciate enough, like McDonald's, to keep it open. I mean,
I would think it would be viable, but the problem with that too is unfortunately it still goes back to getting people to work, getting people to help. I mean, I know McDonald's, but I would imagine they struggle. Yeah, I can't even fathom. I mean, thankfully and I haven't eaten there yet, but the cheese factory. But what's the place?
Cheese Melt.
Cheese Melt, fantastic.
Yeah,
I heard it's
that's a
great.
good
Just
one.
need to give it a try.
And
but hopefully they were able to withstand the times.
which is cool having something nearby. I told my mom and my dad when we went and ate there the first time. It was the first time in my life that I ever sat down in Warwood and had a meal, like inside.
Yeah, because you
somewhere.
probably weren't eating Chinese, but that thing closed when you were young.
Again, I just miss out. Like
I know.
For like,
Listen,
like,
I went to that thing all the time, all the
Matt,
time.
do you remember Pizza Inn in Warwood?
Yeah.
Because that was a big deal to us. Like if you think about when we were kids, Pizza Inn was a huge deal for us in the plaza. We had the movie theater that was in the plaza. When Subway came to us,
Oh, that was a big one.
Subway was a huge deal to us when they first came.
Subway and the video store.
Movie
Yeah.
gallery.
Movie,
Oh,
yes,
boy.
that was a big deal.
Oh man.
Big deal.
and then now it's like insurance and
Then you go to
They had-
Manny's, get some slices
Yep.
of pizza.
Suzy Q Bakery?
Rent a
Suzy
porn.
Q. Yep. Porn.
Everything was good.
Yeah.
Porn and
Chris's
pizza.
favorite
Porn
thing
and
to do.
pizza.
porn
Go in the
pizza.
back room, get a porn movie.
What
Right.
a-
That was
just a-
unbelievable.
Just a thrill.
They were back there getting high, making great pizza.
Oh,
Life
we'll
was
never
good.
have times like that again.
No, those days are gone.
Maybe one day. Maybe
No,
one
no,
day.
it's over, Johnny. It's over.
It's over, John.
It's over.
I don't know. I like to keep hope a little
Things
bit.
are not going to ever get better, sadly.
I know.
I seen something.
That's all we
today
got
that
is the memories, man. That's all we got. Hold
Yeah.
on to them every day.
Yeah.
This is something I know Jub's all about asking us questions, but I'd say this will be. So, which one are you picking? If you had to score on a 5th grader to make $1 million, an 8th grader to make $10 million, varsity player to make 50, D1 player to make $100 million, NBA player $500 million, prime Kobe $600 million.
What's the first?
5th grader $1 million, 8th grader 10, varsity 50, D1 100, NBA. So I guess the moral of the story is, where are you shooting your shot?
I'm going against the varsity punk. I'm going to kill him and score. And
So 50 million.
Because he's going to be a whiny little bitch, probably. So
Is he like a good
You know,
good
that
varsity?
Doesn't break it
yeah.
down.
I'll be
So
too old to do it against
What's
a
the
college
standard
guy.
varsity athlete?
I'd be honest, I would say the basketball. If you have your best player on a team,
6'2"?
well, I'm just saying as in your best player on probably any given team in the Valley, I would say is a solid basketball player, I'd say.
I'm taking the 8th grader.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
think
say
that's the
8th grade.
easy.
That's the safest one.
Yeah, I think that's the
I'm
safest.
gonna give him a little
Because
shoulder
I think
check.
the 5th grader and 8th grader are pretty pretty easy to.
Yeah.
The 5th grader, you
also
kind of
I'm-
feel bad. The 8th grader's probably starting to get the little bitchy attitude. So yeah.
If anybody, well, I know who would say Kobe, and we've already talked shit on him today. But if anybody says that, they're stupid. They're dumb.
Exactly.
They're dumb.
Well, Cooley thinks he can tackle Derrick Henry and kill alligators. And
I
sure.
do think I can tell. I can do both of those.
So then you ought to be able to score
But I
on him.
cannot score on Kobe.
Oh, okay. Every man's got a limit, huh?
I'll say this: you give me 10 tries, I'm scoring one.
The guy can fight a
Hold on
fucking...
Kobe.
Yes. I think
Tyler Cooley,
but
I fucking love you, but not a shot in hell.
What is wrong with you?
I'm just chucking up shots, and I believe in myself
Kobe was
enough.
like first team
No.
all defense.
Yeah.
Like how many
Dude.
times?
Well,
Him
here's the
and
problem.
MJ.
Wasn't his goal when? No, that was Jordan when in the Olympics when he played like 3 rounds of 36, played
yeah.
like 36 holes, and then he said he wanted to go guard their best player and completely would.
Well, I remember when he had to guard Tony Kukoc and he because they had talked about how good he was and how he's going to come to Chicago, and he almost made him cry.
Literally.
Yeah.
You are the most ridiculous person I've ever met. And I don't know whether you're doing a bit here
No,
or
I-
not.
You're talking to Cooley.
I've
yeah.
Because-
been trying up with the finals for a reason.
No, listen, totally
That's
different point
that's
there.
a really good football team.
Listen. You just said that you have a better chance of scoring against one of the best athletes in the history of the world than you do. You have a better chance of doing that. No, sorry, I take that back. I reverse that. You have a better chance of killing a full-grown Bengal tiger than you do hitting a shot against Kobe.
No, yeah. I think if I have a weapon, yeah. Yeah.
Wait, wait.
yeah.
So you're saying that you would have a better chance to kill a tiger than
I think
score
I
on
can get
Kobe?
the Tiger 5 out of 10. I think I'm only scoring on Kobe 1 out of 10.
I respect
For
your
those of you
confidence.
just listening, Job is distraught right now.
He's got
Because
his face.
I don't know whether you're doing this
I'm
as a bit
serious.
or not,
No,
because
no,
there's
no.
no
I'm
fucking way if a Bengal tiger came through this door and I gave you a knife, you're killing it.
What kind of knife? If it's a butter knife, no.
No, but
Pull
that's
up some of those
standard knife.
videos of the athletic Bengal tigers, and we'll
The
see how.
one jumped on top of an elephant.
You're going to make me explain myself again?
Listen, I'm just saying, for you to say that you can't score against Kobe,
I
but
can't
you
shoot.
can kill a tiger
I have
is
a horrible-
ridiculous.
If I had a better 3-point shot, this is a
And you're
different
not
argument.
Rambo.
I'm not sure you'd be able to get a shot. I don't think I could get a shot off over Kobe.
Oh, he'd make me swallow the ball 10
I don't
times,
think I could.
guaranteed.
I don't think I could get a shot
My
off. I don't
thing
know
is-
what I could possibly do. I'd have to like run backwards and flip it over my head. Like that's
Grandma
what it would
shot.
be.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it
It's
would
just
be.
as soon as he checks up on me, I'm just.
But it
immediate-
wouldn't.
like Steph
He's so
Curry.
fast and he's so much taller than we would even be. Like I don't know.
I
This
love
one's
your
cool.
confidence, though. That's the one thing I do
think
appreciate.
I just think I can get one. I could one lucky shot against Kobe.
Out of
I don't-
10?
That Tiger's fucked though. I'll say. That.
I'd say out of 100, maybe you get one. 10, I
I'll
don't
get
think.
1 out of 10.
Here's my question to you then. With your
That
confidence, once
tiger's
again, I think it's
fucked.
badass. Would you put money up? Or here's a question. If you had $600 million, would you
Whoa.
put that 600 up and then you would score once?
What about? I don't see what I get out of that.
Well,
then.
I guess you
could double
You
it.
double it then.
Sure.
I love you, Cole. God, do I love you.
yeah, 'cause
I love you.
Jub's determined right now. Look at him pulling up.
He wants
Oh,
to
look at
show
that tiger just took something down. That's oh boy.
He's fighting out a tiger.
I mean, the pure muscle and the athletic ability of these tigers is
now this
just
tiger's gonna
sick.
hurt me, but I'm gonna kill it. That's,
What about a bear?
I doubt
Better
that.
chance to kill a bear or
That
get
was the
hit a
one
shot
I
on
said.
Kobe?
That was the Kobe.
Okay, all right.
He
That's
could
Man
kill.
scares
He could
me
kill
more.
a
That's
gun.
fine. What were the other-
We're gonna break down a bear and a fucking tiger. They're
But I-
both gonna kill your
That's
ass.
what I'm saying. But he says for some reason
Bears
Jeff
scare
wasn't
me
here
more.
the night we had the discussion about
Jeff.
the gate. We was in this room.
there in this room, if we took everything out, he said that he could kill.
Well, no, we were in a coliseum.
Oh yeah, we were in a Coliseum.
Well, but the remember
Either way,
Yeah.
he said he
I'm
could
getting up
kill
against the
it was
a-
whether you could last in what was it?
a full-grown
A gator.
alligator,
gator?
like a full-grown
A hippo, gator,
8-foot
bear.
alligator, a
Hippo.
hippopotamus, a full-grown hippopotamus,
Mm-hmm.
a tiger, and a grizzly bear. And he said he could kill all 4 of them.
Could. I won't do a 10 out of 10.
How many out of 10?
Depends on the animal.
All of them.
Gator, probably 9 out of 10. I'm not lying.
I didn't realize how athletic alligators can be. I
Fuck,
started.
they
to-
move
Yeah,
fast.
They can
too, man.
jump. They can jump
I
really
saw a
high.
video of one go out
Especially
of the,
when they get their tail going.
Yeah,
it's
and
like
he went out of the water.
Yeah.
Climb
He went
fences
up
and
like
shit.
fucking 8 feet.
They get in Florida people's pools because they climb over the fence.
Yep.
But that has nothing to do with fighting me. I will take it down.
I don't want to completely change the subject. Did you guys see
Look at that.
where the weather is right now? They have alligators or whatever frozen and they're but they what there's another word for hibernation. It's not
Dormant?
hibernate. No. I've never heard the term, to be very honest with you, but it has nation afterwards. I just don't know what the first part is, where they're able to live underneath.
Live in the ice?
Yes, which is I would have lost millions of dollars.
I didn't know
Why
that.
not?
Joe, what do you got?
I'm just trying to see what an
Look at that
alligator can
fucking
do.
Bastard. Oh
That
my
is a big
God.
bastard, huh? That's all it can do.
I've
though.
got us up here on the screen. You can
It's
see.
got one move. Bite.
What about the crocodile? You think you got a better chance against him?
Me?
Saltwater croc or freshwater gator?
Whatever gator it is, it's going down.
How many times out of 10, if you fought a full-grown grizzly bear, would you win?
Probably like one.
Okay, all right. I
Honestly, the
Oh, I'm gonna
tiger-
tell you this.
The tiger's probably one. Or
I'm
two.
telling you this: if you have a knife, you're
You ever heard of
zero.
Nation?
I've never heard that name,
Nation.
It's always
Can't
a
say
cat.
that I'm familiar with
And if
that.
anybody's getting it down, it's me.
but it's in Carolina.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So what I was talking about is actually in North
Brumation.
Carolina. It says that frozen alligators in North Carolina aren't dead. They're in brumation. BRUMATION. Never heard of that.
I don't
But
know.
it was really weird because they're like frozen solid. Like one of their snouts out of the water. The other one, like its head looks like it was getting ready to come out of water and literally must have froze at that time.
So
And
they must
they
be able
look
to-
like they're dead.
They could still have
Really?
oxygen.
That's
enough
crazy,
To live.
yeah.
Now that just intimidates the hell out of me just watching those two walk. I mean,
I don't know how I
power
don't know
of
what
those
you
animals
do,
and the
Coles.
quickness.
I love you, man, but I don't know what the fuck you do there.
I mean, they could just get you
Man,
so
they're
many
just
ways. One
nasty.
paw to the head and it's over.
Well, if you're just listening to this, there's two Bengal tigers fighting each other right now, and
What, they
I would say they're a little intimidating.
yeah,
That's
well,
tough.
you know, it's real intimidating me with a knife.
I think he
And
might
I'm
take
getting
the
like
knife
a hunter's
right out
knife.
of you.
This isn't like a butter knife.
But I don't think I could get close enough to stab one of them without them getting their claw
Just
or their,
one paw would
teeth.
knock me over.
Right. And the force that they have, that
gotta
doesn't.
underestimate
We have
it.
no idea the velocity that
Oh,
they're
fuck.
swinging at right there. I mean, I could imagine it, but
All right,
it's.
I just want you to listen to the noise these things make.
Oh my
Dude.
God. That scares.
Dude.
That
Dude.
scares me.
How stupid they fight.
Dude,
Look how stupid they
God.
fight.
listen, that one paw.
They have no strategy. It's just swing haymakers. Not
Guys,
one, not one
guys,
move was involved.
I hope we make
you
this.
guys-
Please, if with their comments on this, just eat him alive because this is so much bullshit. You're you're pulling a
No,
bit.
I'm
I know
not.
you are. I know
I've
you
been
are.
saying this for the last 195 podcasts. Every time we bring up
Cools, what happens
scenario.
like that right there when it's just going like that as fast as it
that's the
can
one-
and a
if
paw
it gets
like
me, I'm dead, but it's not getting to me. That's what I'm getting at.
you don't think that's getting you? Oh, dude.
So real quick,
dude.
and I'm gonna put you on the spot. So you say there's no strategy to them. What the fuck would be your strategy?
So well, yeah,
I don't think that thing needs any strategy.
keep
He's fighting for his
Jeff,
life.
Jeff, he got into this the one episode you weren't here. He
Oh,
he
goodness.
explained that he would he would dodge a paw and then just slice it across the stomach.
But
And
I'm
it would
up
die.
against the wall. So when it comes and when it jumps at me, it's gonna hit the wall, and I'm gonna cut it open as I dice it, like as I juke, and then I'm gonna get behind it while
As
it's
I
on the
juke.
wall. Yep.
I mean, here's
Oh,
the
look
deal.
at
You
that.
thought it out.
He walked
Jeff,
right
put
up
that
the
up
wall
on
and
the-
then fall.
Jeff, pull that up on the screen. Oh, it is. It is. Sorry, I didn't see that.
Just because you can jump high doesn't mean you can fight.
We just saw that it could fight though.
I mean, other tigers.
Oh, that one. That one specifically.
So what's going to be
he
the
could
harder
just-
round
he
of
could
the other
just jump.
tiger or him?
That looks like our dog Evie.
I mean, that tiger got at least 5 feet off the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, and you said you're gonna dodge the other
Big
way.
cat.
Yeah.
Those are I'm really scared of big cats. I don't like big
I don't
cats.
like little cats. I hate little cats. Like regular cats.
Yeah, I'm not a cat fan. I'm not a
I
cat
hate
fan at all.
cats.
Mm-mm.
I don't trust them.
No.
Yeah, they're not meant to be. And actually, they are a very filthy fucking animal. They carry
They're
some.
fucking mean.
They're gross.
Yeah.
Gross,
I mean,
gross,
you
gross.
just be petting and all of a sudden they swipe at you or they bite
Yeah,
you.
I
and
don't like cats
I
at
hate
all.
that. A dog would never do that to me.
It is crazy though when you talk to like your cat lovers versus your dog lovers on the personality traits, the difference between the two people. It's kind of crazy. It really is.
Oh, that scares me right there, Job.
I
Can
don't
you
even
imagine
know.
that thing coming at you?
There's a reason cats are called pussies.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, that alone.
Look how fast
Ugh.
he is.
Like a dog, goddamn.
I seriously, I'm man enough to admit I'd probably fucking kill over of a heart attack.
I would too.
Yeah,
I
don't know what you would do.
I'd be afraid to go on one of them safaris. I think I would have a heart attack.
I don't think I'd like a safari.
You have to respect Mother Nature so much. There are so many animals out there that would scare me. I don't know how those people do it. I don't know how they live in little huts and like have no electricity or anything to protect them.
God bless them.
Oh, I don't know how they do it, but
when easily it
scares me to death.
One animal could go, a lion could sneak up on you and just drag you into the bush and you're dead.
And they hunt in packs, like they're so
even like
wolves, you don't even really understand how smart they really are. Even the elephants. Joe I always like when the elephants are getting like attacked, like a lion's coming after a baby elephant, and all the elephants will get in a circle and protect. I mean, they all immediately know what to do. It's crazy.
True nature's instinct, which is so badass. Like this kind of shit, I agree, Matt. Like to me, that's unnecessary risk.
No, I would not be messing with that. That does nothing for me. I do not want to ever do that.
I'll watch it on TV.
I wish that I could be in a spot where I knew I would be safe, but I don't trust any of that stuff because I see what happens out there. It's like one of these elephants comes pissed off, and then you're dealing with him, and then the cats start coming in. Oh,
what made him just turn around like that? That's crazy.
Did he smack on top of the hood of the car and scare him?
Knock it off.
Hey, you know what? That'd have been cool. Yeah. That tiger ain't gonna.
Cooley, why don't you go work with these safari guys
that's all I
out
gotta
there?
do is scare away an elephant, just smack something.
That's it.
And I can't kill it.
There's your selling point there, Mr. Cooley, right there. I'm just going to smack something. There it is.
I'm glad you're starting to realize.
Elephants are pretty fucking cool.
I love elephants.
They're one of my favorite animals.
Well, you know, that's up there for me, too.
I don't think you could pay me enough to live in Africa.
Fuck that.
I really don't think I could do it.
Yeah, if we had this elephant chasing after my ass, Jesus.
Yeah, and then you might feel more safe with the elephant than most of the other things. And he could look at
oh my gosh. No, he's pissed. Why don't they just drive a little faster?
It's like Triceratops.
Yeah, if you're just listening, an elephant just smashed into the back of a Jeep on a safari. So, don't go on a safari.
What
about
Jeff's
an elephant?
had enough. Put a stop to this.
Jeff just proved my point. You smack something, it runs away. Pussy elephant. I'll take that thing down.
Straight to the jugular.
After this, the cameras come off. He's gonna go. Okay, I'm
not.
Yeah,
I would die on this hill.
Here's the deal: if you pull 100 people, how many Mr. Cooleys of the world are out there?
5.
Well, the internet is indicative of much, and probably more than what is realistic. But if it was a group of normal people, like 4 or 5,
hook them up to the polygraph.
Yeah, yeah. Because you got some dickhead on. I gotta be a tiger.
Kill him with
what are you trying to say,
with a butter knife.
That's you.
No, it's not.
I'm a tiger. I was stabbing in the leg. That's you.
I don't comment that, though. I say it with my chest.
The tiger's slow.
And I provide a strategy.
Actually, tigers can't jump diagonal.
They jump very high. Alligators can't move very
Oh,
well.
boy.
You've been a hell of a gladiator, Cooley, back in the day.
One heck of a gladiator.
Humans scare me, though. They can think. That tiger is not a very smart animal.
What about a gorilla?
No.
What about a chimp?
Now, the gorillas, they say we may have come from them, so they got to be somewhat smart.
I ain't fucking with a gorilla.
What about chimp?
Yeah, do I have a knife?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll say this. An adult male chimp will rip you in half.
Yeah.
If it gets
destroy
me,
you. Tear you apart.
Why is that always the caveat?
Why? You can't rip me in half.
Here's the thing, though. Do you think that you're quicker than any of these animals? Because I don't think I am.
It's just if it goes to grab me and I stab it, it's not going to be able to...
I mean, they have more strength than us. They can grab with their feet and their hands.
Yeah, so they got 4 arms, basically.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
it scares the hell out of me.
This is why I think I could dominate tough man, too.
Gorillas are scary, too.
Well, at least against people.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about... That's right, but unfortunately, your mom said fuck no to that, right?
Yeah.
Would you... Hands down, if your mom would say, you can do it...
Oh, if they were both like, yeah, go for it, I was going to do it.
No.
You can't fight big cats.
I'm out on that.
But they provide everything in this world for me, so...
I respect that. No, 100%.
I'm out on him
you'd be a
doing
fucking
that.
idiot. You'd be an idiot if you went against their wishes.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I would. If they were both
Rodney'd probably enter and fight you.
Yeah.
Real quick, what's your...
I'm out on him not doing that. Regardless of what his parents say, I would veto that.
Why?
I would.
Because this is what's going to happen. And maybe it wouldn't happen, but there's a chance. He's going to go out there. It's going to be great. There's going to be hundreds of friends and family watching him. He's going to be all hyped up, got Pine Room shorts on, Pine Room gloves on. He's going to come out within 15 seconds, he's going to get his head hit off of his body, and he's going to go down in the best knockout of the night, and he'll never leave his house again, and he'll never see
that
him
So
again.
are you more concerned about his safety or the Pine Room brand?
No, well, yeah, no.
Seeing he's
I
caught
couldn't-
all the stuff.
No, it would be great. It'd be great content for us. It would do really well.
Like, he gets knocked out real
But
Well,
I
Pine Room's done.
just would worry about his mental
Well, how
health.
great it's
Call
gonna
it.
be when I fuck that guy up and put him.
Which is great. It would be fantastic. It would be the best thing
That's
ever.
when I cut down to 160 weight class. Or
It would be great. It'd be the best thing ever. But on the off chance that you get caught in the chin and you go down and you wake up cross-eyed,
I might lose. I ain't get knocked out.
I'm just saying. I mean, Jesus, if I had half the confidence you did, I'd probably do some great things in my
So
life.
real quick, do you think at all that are you gonna have butterflies going into that fight?
I think I would be like an excitement nervous.
Okay.
Like, kind of thing.
That's fair.
Like
I'd be
getting ready
shitting
for
my
a baseball
pants.
game.
I'll be honest. I think I would be that
I'd
way.
be
Just
fucking
because
terrified.
of the
I never in my
not
life,
knowing.
never in my whole life I played like the regular sports. I can't even imagine getting into a ring 1-on-1 with somebody, knowing that my goal is to basically kill them.
Well, I think here would be the differentiator for me to go into somebody that you don't know and to have to get that mad to try to beat their ass. I'm not built that way.
Yeah,
you
same.
piss me off and then you put me in the boxing ring. That would be a totally different ballgame. And I'm not saying that I would win. I'd still maybe get my ass beat.
You'd have a better shot.
I
though.
would have a way
I
better
agree
shot.
with that.
But just to say that I love Jubb and then I have to go fight Jubb, like I couldn't
Yeah.
fight. That'd be wild.
And
man.
I always think if I would want to do it, I would try to lose some kind of weight because if I'm 220 going in against another guy that's
Fucking A,
220,
dude.
the chances are this guy's going to be immense.
Yeah. He's like
And-
an American
Think
redneck.
The weight class is 149 to 160.
It's not fair. Actually, the weight class in Tough Man is probably the most fucked up thing.
It's nuts.
Yeah,
but
it's
I would
dumb.
fight. There's a chance I fight someone at 149, 150. That's a little dude.
It is a little dude, but here's what I will play. That is our dude from Union Local. What's
That's
our
what I said.
Cow.
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 He's too
Yeah.
good to fight in tough man.
Killer
There's-
cow.
There's criteria that you.
True.
So,
That's a good
Basically,
point.
it's like our golf scramble. You have to be bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
But you going against, I'm sorry to interrupt you. You going against somebody that's skilled.
Oh, I get fucked up.
I'm just saying, they're skilled. They know what the fuck they're doing, man. That'd be tough.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the guy that you will go up against isn't skilled. They might not have won fights and they might not have a record,
Well, I'm
but
gonna
who knows?
train.
The guy could be some sort of jiu-jitsu artist that comes in there and just wants to box in the first.
Jiu-jitsu is like
Dude.
wrestling. He's not gonna fucking deflect me and put my arm in an arm bar or something. Like, you gotta box.
How many times you boxed in your life?
Well, I would train for that, but I'm confident in my ability to pick up on it.
When's
quickly.
Tough Man?
Couple
Summer,
weeks.
February.
Okay.
Actually, what we should
I'm
do.
not allowed. I would do it.
Well, let me ask you this question: Would your parents allow you to just fuck around a little bit? Like, I bet we could probably get Killer Cow to allow you to come over to the gym and do what, like, would your parents?
He's a little out of my league. I
No,
would
no,
say.
no, I'm not saying him, but I'm saying as in maybe a
Some-
newbie.
His
A newbie
associates.
over there. Yeah, his
Yeah.
associates that maybe aren't as skilled as he is or whatever.
Go spar somebody.
Like a middle schooler.
Or what about the group that
That
was
could be a
with
video.
that we interviewed for the Rough and Rowdy Coach? Oh shoot,
Travis.
Travis, yeah, Coach Travis. I wonder if we could get him
Put me
hooked
through a
up.
little
What-
workout.
We got connections.
Now, what if we did a Pine Room sanctioned event, you versus
Nick.
Nick in a fight?
Now that.
Oh.
You
That
would-
was-
I'm
sell.
not gonna speak on this because he's not here to defend him. But
Well, No, I know that, but I'm just saying, would
We
your
would sell
parents
out
be
of the
cool with
arena.
that? If you guys beat
I
each
believe
other's
that.
brains
If
in?
it was
I think
Nick,
they would
yeah.
love that.
Oh, if it was
I think
Nick,
they
yeah,
would
yeah,
love
yeah.
that.
But what if he
Roger
knocked?
would
What
be
if he
against
knocked
it.
you out? Wouldn't that be
Oh,
more
man.
I
embarrassing?
That-
wouldn't want to
listen.
fight my friend because there's just too much bad stuff that could come.
There,
from
I
that.
agree with that. That would be tough. That'd
If
be really
you
tough.
got knocked out by Nick, it'd be the worst day of your
I
life.
would fucking run.
It'd
to
be
the
worse than getting
suspension
knocked
bridge.
out by a stranger,
But,
Yeah.
but listen to me though. In all fairness to Nick Nardoni, and this isn't a knock towards him. He's
Butterbean.
It also,
Oh, yeah. I
and
think
his
he'd be
arm
pretty good.
and his arms aren't real long, so he's packing a fucking
Yeah,
punch
no,
in that
I-
little. And if he gets his weight behind, not that
Plus, he
Nick's-
always had
Nick's
quick.
strong. I
Nick
mean,
had
Nick's
quick
strong.
Fuck yeah,
feet
man.
too. I don't know about now, but he used to have quick feet.
I think here's the
Nick's
deal. I do
strong.
think he is quick,
Yeah, yeah.
without a doubt. So I tell you what. Yeah, I'm not saying. No, I'm not saying because where you're going to keep him at
Let's
bay.
make it happen.
You're
Lang.
going to keep
Lang.
him at bay because of your length. But
Yeah.
I think if Nick got a hold of, I'm
Nick
not
gets
saying
up
you.
inside though. Look out.
Yeah, tight to the
Yeah,
ropes. He gets you in the turnbuckle, you're in trouble.
Because I know he'll say something.
Yeah,
to me,
we
and
should
I'm just
stop.
gonna-
We
No,
should
I don't know.
stop.
I again, like I said, I couldn't fight friends. There's no way because I'm not.
Nick and I have been in fights before, so
Yeah, but it wasn't in a good.
We've been in too many fights.
If you guys are wearing headgear though, like
Yeah, if you didn't go, now you'd have problems not going 100%. I know that.
No, we would
for a
both
fact.
go 100%.
Yeah, if you went in, if you went in and said, okay, let's go 50%. I know there's no way
Nick
that's
and I
going to happen.
compete
But
against each other in everything, no matter what it is. We always go against each other. And if we do, it's like whoever wins, we're gonna talk shit to that other person. It's just how.
what
Nick
if you
and I have
guys did
always been.
fencing against each other?
We'd try to kill.
Jousting.
We literally try to stab each other.
Jousting's very dangerous if you was
Oh
ever
my-
to be
Sugar free.
duplicated.
sugar
today.
free, yeah.
You found it. We talked about that.
No. What
He
I
wanted
want,
the caffeine
free.
Oh,
I was thinking about that in the car when we
Job
had
has
these.
a Red Bull.
Yeah.
Our other the camera died again, so
Oh, hi.
It might be,
There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well,
A
I guess
signal.
that's any indicator as any to wrap it up. We're getting about an hour 30 here, so that was a good show.
How do the cameras die when they're plugged in? I'm
Well,
a little confused.
the one-
that
one blew
charger
up.
blew
Oh.
up in my face one day. We need to
didn't
order
get another
one.
one?
I know.
No,
I gotta get
I'll
another one.
order one. But yeah. So thank you for joining us here on the Pioneer on the episode 95. Holy macaroni.
Holy
We're here.
macaroni.
95 episodes, 95 weeks. That feels like a long time.
It's unbelievable. Wow.
Yeah.
I think we just started.
Yeah. Well, we got a lot more to come. We just keep pumping stuff out. So hopefully you stick with us for some new things that are coming around the bend. And when we have a really big event coming up here, actually, that we've entered in, and we find out this upcoming Monday whether or not
That's when we find out.
yeah.
It's crazy.
This upcoming Monday, whether we advance to a very, very, very important event that could change the way we go about things. And we can also find out that we didn't. So either way, some big things going on, and keep up to date with all the things that we're doing. We got some ideas for some things, and really cool event coming up on the radio. Lunch Madness is going to be rocking and rolling. It's a 32-team, Matt,
Yes,
32-team
32-team.
winner-take-all bracket-style tournament involving 32 different schools from across the Ohio Valley, and they're all pitted against each other, not through sport, but through lunch. And it's best lunch take all. We're going to vote on it each week, and hopefully by the end of that, a kid's going to be getting from the winning school a pretty cool prize. So hopefully that'll go well. I know it will. We got good minds behind it, and it's going to kick off here soon. So keep up to date with everything we do. If you haven't joined our live radio show, you can always do that Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. Monday from 2 to 3 and Tuesdays and Fridays from 12 to 3. You can check all the rewinds that have been posted on our stuff and listen to some of the things that you might have missed. And, yeah, it's a fun time. Today we did Riddles from the Realm. Wasn't exactly the greatest thing I've ever come up with.
No,
but
it was really
fun.
good on your part. Jarrett's the only one that got
Yeah, I
any
got
of them
one.
right.
Here, Jeff. All right, let me ask you before we go off. I'll ask
I'm
you.
so bad at this shit.
I'll ask you
so
one.
bad.
It's really
One of
fucking
my
hard.
weakest
It was
things is
really
riddles.
hard, Jeff.
I'll ask you one. Oh, I might have got rid of it.
I'm glad. I'm so glad.
Damn it, I got
Spare
rid
you
of it.
because I was sitting there like,
Shit.
oh man, I
It
am
was really
out of my league
goddamn
here.
hard.
Yeah, that's true
Oh.
critical thinking. I tell you what, people that are good at that, they're some smart motherfuckers because that is truly critical. I believe that. I really do.
Hey, you
Critical
calling me a
thinking.
smart motherfucker?
I'm telling you, Jared, critical
No,
thinking.
I got one because it was it was like
Oh, okay.
a hazard to those that roll and run.
Wasn't the one that was
it's
like
something from the sun.
No,
A hindrance.
what
No,
has to be
no.
broken before you can use it or something?
that was an egg. Damn it, these were good too, and I got rid of them. Shit. Okay. The one was soft to the eyes and soft to the hand, taken to the teeth to understand, runs through the veins of wicked men and can crumble kingdoms and rise them again.
I know he didn't get this one.
Yes, but
Yeah, it's
after the
very
fact,
hard. Think about
it makes
it.
a lot of sense after the
What
fact.
what do you take to the teeth to understand?
Toothbrush.
No, you
Toothpick.
take to understand it.
Not really even understand too.
just to verify that it's
Verify
real.
it.
Gold.
Gold.
yeah.
So that was a riddle that I came up with.
Yeah, it was
Hold
really
on, you
good.
came up with?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wrote them all.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
You may be even on the other end of that then to actually write them is fucking
Oh
impressive.
man, I wish I had my other ones too. Oh shoot.
something
Shut,
like
that's
it.
The
impressive,
writing
dude.
was really good.
Oh
Dude,
man.
that's super impressive. How long did it take you to come up with them, just out of curiosity?
Well, last night I started them, and then while we were in here this morning, I finished 2 of them. Yeah.
Dude, good for you.
Oh, one of them was bees. Bees that something.
I can't.
You have to go back and listen to the radio rewind.
Yeah, bees that fall, something swarm, they sting and bite, blah, 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 blah. Together, in a short life, they die together. Oh, shit. It was snowflakes, but yeah.
That's
something.
impressive. Just
Anyway.
real quick, I got asked to give a little shout out to Wheeling Central's wrestling team. I guess they've only been
Ooh.
around for a couple
Oh, yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Cool.
They've done some really big things, I guess, in the last couple years. Local guy, Ricky Welkers, the coach. He is a Park guy that started a wrestling program at Wheeling Central.
That's cool.
It is pretty cool. So I had a buddy ask if we could show a little bit of love.
Hell
on
yeah.
that. So,
Good. Yeah, I know.
and
They
their
had
dad announced one of the matches.
Yeah, it was
so
during
an
school.
Incredible, incredible thing.
They had a match during
Buckeye Local,
during
I believe,
school.
right?
Yeah, it was during school hours. It
Okay.
was like a noon match, and all the students
Packed,
waiting. So it
both
was
schools.
Really?
Yeah,
unbelievable.
it's
Oh, that's
awesome.
super cool.
Hey,
Yeah.
I think it also
Yeah.
is something to be said for a coach that was of a program that is the quote rival or the enemy, like the
Adversary.
Yeah, to be able to go from being a coach at one place to a coach in another, that's cool.
I think it's super cool. And actually, to piggyback off of that, he's gotten, and I don't really know Ricky very well. I know his younger brother better than I do him, but I was told that unfortunately he's been, I don't want to use the words mistreated,
No,
but
fuck
the
that.
friendly rival is whatever you want to call it. Is just still so fucking dumb. And you know what? It's not our generation. It's not your guys. It's the 80 and 90-year-old fucks that still keep
Yeah,
that.
So
you know, that
fucking
really is
weird.
true. That's one of the things where I would say that things are better than they used to be. Like, it's amazing the animosity like the older people have
horrible.
from Park from Central.
So
I didn't
weird.
realize
it's
that.
literally the only thing that defines you is the color you wear and the
It's
walls
really
that you're
weird.
inside.
Like, people
That's it.
hate them.
It's amazing. It's amazing to
the
me.
big-
And they
biggest
bad
crock.
mouth them, and they take pleasure in like negative stories about the other, like the school.
Oh, 100%.
Right,
That's crazy.
writing shit on Facebook.
Like
about-
I didn't realize that until like Chris kind of put me onto that. Like said like people of like older generation than him that was so they hate the rival school like so bad. There's such bad blood there.
God.
It's weird.
Dumb.
even my
It is
dad
that,
does.
like you said, it's the older people that cause that problem. I mean, there was
So
there was
dumb.
an issue at, I don't know whether I should even bring this up. Fuck it. There was an issue at Park, teacher doing something with a kid, and it was not good.
That's well known now.
And
sadly.
yeah, I guess I'm not breaking any new news, but there was some shit said on Facebook, and I won't say what really pissed me off, but there are people writing stuff like this has been happening at Park for years. This is what Park is bred for. Like,
So dumb.
like you
that's a
have
low
like,
blow
like
there.
if you
Can't
are,
indict the whole school
yeah,
for the action on one
if,
guy.
If you're sitting behind your computer and you have that to go out of your way to say that, now maybe has it happened a couple times in the history of that school? Sure.
Well, what's happened at other schools? that we
Exactly.
I was
don't
gonna
know
say
about?
like what because it's and I'm a Catholic guy and I'm a Central guy, but everybody just automatically thinks that because Park is, that it's just all Park. Fuck, we were just a bunch of jackoffs
Yeah.
at
Oh,
Wheeling
yeah.
Central. There's just as big a jackoffs at Lindsay. Shut the fuck
They're
up.
It's just
everywhere.
you sit
Yeah,
behind
they're
your
everywhere.
sit behind your computer, little fat fuck behind your
Tough guys.
keyboard, thinking you're
Keyboard
some
warriors. Fuck
some
off.
hero that's gonna write something that people
And
care about.
that's what we're mean. That's a perfect example of now.
Yeah.
They take pleasure in the demise of
Yeah.
makes the school look bad and not sticking up for that guy at all.
No.
Did you guys know that guy?
I
didn't
knew
know
of
there.
him. I didn't know.
I never even
didn't
heard his
know
name
him.
and never knew him.
But just that whole situation again. Not that that's not a situation that's
Oh, that's
warranted to be
deplorable. It's ridiculous.
said
Terrible.
that it is fucked up.
Yeah.
That's a horrible situation. Should never happen.
But it doesn't make Park the
No.
villain. It's the
No.
guy
No.
that fucked
Fuck.
up.
Park is not a
dickhead.
guy. Don't drag out a fucking.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
It's
all
not
like
the school.
that's happening in Park for
All
years. It's a
1800
den of snakes.
Den of iniquity.
Oh
Yeah.
God! Like, just grow up, you fucking bum. Go do something
Go
else.
on
like,
a walk, bake a cake.
Like these people sit behind
dumb.
their stupid computers with their fat faces,
Go get
writing
McDonald's.
shit about stuff they don't know about. And then there's
They just want likes and
there's a
attention.
specific person that said something about somebody that is close to us, and it ain't good, man. And
Ooh.
that shit is just it doesn't
Call him out.
fly.
Let's go. Let's get.
I don't have their name here,
Oh,
but it
I'll
was
do it.
said
I don't even know.
it's fucked up, and whoever said it, we can't wish violence on people on Spotify, but I will say that I hope she doesn't have a good year.
Oh, was it she?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I used to love. And I still get the biggest kick out of it. I love that Park. It's a race war every day, and the fact of the matter of that there's just all kinds of drugs up there. If you truly did
That's been around for a while.
forever,
That-
if you did per capita, I would bet, and I'll be honest with you, I had my fun in my days. If we did per capita at Wheeling Central, I graduated 97, and I would imagine my equivalent class in Park at that time was probably in the 500s easily.
Yeah, definitely.
Per capita, I can fucking promise you Wheeling Central kids partied more than Park.
And
without a doubt.
It's just
I shouldn't say Wheeling Central kids. My class.
Well, yeah,
my
but
class.
it's like just because there's a greater volume of people and you wear different clothes, those kids are still kids at the same level as everybody else.
Their parents put him in.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
It's not like
There's just a stigma there that
Yeah.
It drives me
we were
nuts,
like
though.
dirtball drug addict losers.
Yeah.
And they were the silver spoon. You know, that wasn't always the case
No,
of
fuck
your
that,
people
not
either.
even close.
Because the other side of it was like, oh, they're the stuck-up rich people.
Yeah.
And that's not always true either.
It
Because
wasn't.
I know plenty of my friends that went to Central that weren't, like, they were middle-class families. They
Mm-hmm.
weren't, and they weren't stuck up.
and at Park there are some kids there that are highfalutin. I mean, there's some kids that there
fuck
was
yeah,
a shit ton
there's
of
a
money.
lot of doctor and lawyer sons that
Yeah.
go there too. So.
And you know, there can be some. I mean, obviously that spectrum spreads out. There's the kids. There are obviously some not good apples at Park, but that goes the same for everywhere. It's just in a bigger volume. And it just the people having no awareness of a situation and that's why social media is such a devastating thing to society, is that people with no awareness or social awareness of what actually is happening just have the ability to spout whatever shit that rattles around in their empty head onto the keyboard. And then what we mentioned outside off camera was, if you don't have context to the situation and you see something from Terry What's-Her-Fuck said something about something that happened and that's not true, if you're not, if you maybe haven't seen it or are not smart enough to realize that this lady doesn't have a clue what the hell she's saying, you could take that as a fact, and then that spreads around.
Happens every day in the media, Joe.
It's horrible. I hate
probably
it.
why we
man.
have the president we have.
I hate it. It's
Without a
so.
Jarrett, what was his speech today that you showed us? Biden? What did he say?
Oh yeah, he said. Yeah, he was like, if I
That's
can describe
incredible.
America in one word, it's excuse me.
Oh, it was incredible.
And then it played the national anthem. Da, 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 da.
But people believe that. You're right, Joe. They believe stuff on
Without a
the
doubt.
internet and don't even verify that it's actually true. And it can ruin people's lives so quickly.
Without
All
a
it
doubt.
takes, you get targeted, like that poor guy, the punter, the guy that went to the
Yeah,
Bills. And
that's a great
completely,
example.
Yeah, and
Great
Trevor
example.
Bauer, too, to even a lesser degree.
And that's the thing. Why is that girl, and maybe I'm wrong on this and I don't know, is that girl been pursued legally?
You know, I'm not sure.
I don't
I'm
know.
not
I
sure.
hope.
But
Fuck,
she
I
sure as
hope.
hell should. She's the one that should be doing time now, not him.
Because
a doubt.
you
she ruined his life. She cost him millions of dollars.
Yeah, like he should be able to sue her for millions of dollars
Yeah,
in damages.
defamation among
Without a
other
doubt.
things.
Because not only did he lose out on his money that he was gonna get, but he also lost out on
His name.
His
and
name.
there's people that still walk around thinking that he was a rapist.
Yeah, it's
And that's horrible. Man. That's one of the worst.
That's probably
labels,
worse than being broke.
without
That's-
a
yeah.
doubt. Well, what was
Well,
the
it is
dude, the
worse.
Baylor dude that played for our indoor league? Sean
Oakman.
I mean,
yeah.
he's a great example
Yep.
too. That got fucked in life, man.
There you go. This is just the audio. I didn't pull it up on.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him in. I was going to put him in.
All right, on that
Yeah,
note,
that's-
right,
shut
yeah.
it
Hold
down.
on, the leader of the free world, everybody. The leader of the free world.
Well done. Well done, Internet.
Yeah. Thank you for watching episode 95 of the Pine Room Podcast. Think about what you say before
You
you
sound
say.
like Joe there for a second.
Yeah, think about what you say before you post it. Hopefully, we're not slandering anybody, and if we say
All
something
truth's
on
here.
here, we take it with a grain of salt. So,
Especially when Cooley's going to kill those animals.
yeah. So anyway, thank you for listening to the Pine Room Podcast, episode 95, and until next time, we'll see you here. In the
Good night.